Hey guys, Jay, welcome back to the channel. Ho 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 boy. Oh my gosh. What a week. What a week we've had for toys. I mean, it, it it's one of those crazy things, right? It's one of those crazy things that you just don't really think about um at all, really, because I mean, you really do start to think to yourself that we are, well, actually, when you really think about it, when you really break it down, right? We are living in a golden age, a renaissance for toys right now. We really are. Um, a renaissance for cartoons, a renaissance for movies, a renaissance for geek related things, right? I think that's the biggest thing we can take away from all of this because right now, and I was talking about this with my friend Danny, and I was also talking with Jorge from Thundercats Classics and um Brick Something, Toy Habits, all of them, right? Uh Not just at San Diego Comic Con, but also in multiple places. Um and it's just one of these things where we are so blessed to be living in this era where comic books have come full circle, right? Uh, you know, never in at least popular culture history have geek things been so accepted in the world. Cartoons, toys, comic books, video games. This is a true golden age for everything that people love, geeky things that people love. Um, but as great as that is, there's also such thing as too much of a good thing. And I think that that really has come full circle when you really look at the way Marvel is starting to wean. You know what I mean? The popularity of the Marvel films are starting to sort of host a little bit. And I'm saying that as Wolverine and Deadpool is just about to hit $1 billion, right? That is an interesting conundrum that we seem to be living in, right? Star Wars is starting to kind of plateau. Same thing with um, a lot of the Marvel movies. They're not doing nearly as well. And then you have those, huge hits, like I said, Wolverine and Deadpool. And it's crazy. And now, that's bleeding into the other formats that we all enjoy, right? Including, of course, action figures and cartoons, right? It really is a crazy time to be living in. And unfortunately, because of that, a lot of things seem to be coming around and a lot of issues seem to be coming along with. So, a lot to talk about tonight, and I can't do this alone. I really can't. So, I've invited a few friends to come help us along, and I wanted you to help me welcome my first guest. Um, it's been a little while since we've been on the same stream together, but it's always great to have him on the Mega J Retro stream. Guys, please help me welcome. You know him. It is from Lyle's Figure Files, Jeffrey from Lyle's Figure Files. Jeff, what's going on, brother? How you doing tonight?
What's up, man? How are you
Oh,
today?
good to see you, Jeff. Good to see you. Oh man, what a week! What a week of actual cluster Fs, man. It's been an absolute horror in a lot of ways. A lot of missteps, a lot of things, a lot of problems. A lot of fans very, very upset, very upset.
Not
It's
no way. Action figure collectors upset about something. Come on.
I know, it's
What week is
crazy.
this?
It is crazy. What's going on? But oh, Jeff, before we get started, Jeff, how you doing, brother? And like, what have you been working on lately? Tell everybody here about what's going on in Jeff's world.
Well, we're just talking about all, the fun of the JoJo classified series. Once a Man, Cobra Commander, the sell out in 2 seconds, the we're gonna put some more figures out the next day after it's sold out, and then we're gonna change the time frame. That was fun. And then after Comic Con, I had a big list of Marvel Legend figures I wanted to see get done. So I did 50. And then of those 50 so far this year, 6 had been crossed off. So I decided now was the perfect time. Why wait till it's down to 4 to do another one? And I made it fun for myself. I decided not to include all any of the ones that I did from the last list except for 10. So that was really challenging and fun. But now just kind of focusing on what's to come because there's still so much stuff dropping from Walmart. We got those collector con figures coming and it's crazy. It's wild. It's happening.
It is beyond wild. It's just crazy. Um, a lot of things you mentioned there, Jeff. A lot of things that we mentioned there, and of course, the topic at hand, which we'll circle back to. But before we really get into the weeds, I think that you really hit the nail on the head. We are, as I said earlier in the beginning of the show, we're in a renaissance for toys right now. We're in a renaissance for comics. We're in a renaissance for action figures. We're in a renaissance for popular culture. You know what I mean? Like this truly is a golden age for us. I think. I'm not sure. Like, do you agree in a sense? Because I don't think any other time we've actually had this kind of acceptance in the geek sphere. You know what I mean? Like a lot of us had to be closet geeks for the longest time. You know what I mean? Like you go to your workplace. You go and you clock in. You have your work friends. You know what I mean? Like the people who don't understand what the hell you're talking about, right? And you kind of keep it away from them because they kind of judge you, right? That's not really a thing anymore. You can talk geek stuff at the water cooler now. You know what I mean? Like it's not so like people get it. People sort of like, oh yeah, you like Marvel films? Yes, me too, right? It's crazy. It is a crazy time to be a geek. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. It's wild. I remember when Phantom Menace came out and I was like, I don't even know if I'd seen it at this point, but I just thought Darth Maul looked so cool. And uh one of my buddies got me and wasn't even a figure, it's just like a little statuette, a little cheap deal, like maybe $20 or so. So it wasn't like a massive sideshow statue sitting on my work desk. But I had it there and I was like, whatever, I don't care. But now, and my buddy was also deep into wrestling and comic books and all that stuff. So it was like, oh, kindred spirit. So there was no need to go, oh man, nobody can relate to Toys R Us having a big sale. It was just like, hey man, did you hear this? It was really great. And of course, one of my coworkers got fired and he ran off he snatched my Darth Maul when I wasn't there in the office. So I don't have it. But yeah, man, it's wild. I feel like maybe we're in the silver age or the bronze
Yeah,
age. We're
yeah,
still great.
yeah.
And we had our childhood golden age where just everything's amazing and figures are 279, 314 with tax. It's amazing. And now we're paying a little bit more, but it's still great and it's an awesome time to be a collector.
I think so too. We are living in that second coming, if you will. This literally is our retro age. You know what I mean? Where all the things that we love are coming full circle. You know what I mean? Like GI Joe's back, Master of the Universe is back. Marvel is at the height of its popularity. Never happened before. DC is fighting Marvel again. You know what I mean? Like it's freaking crazy. It is absolutely nuts. And we're all just like talking about it. There have never been this many toy channels. There have never been this many geek channels. There have never been this, and video games. Video games have taken over. Absolutely, completely, 100% taken over. Billions of dollars. Somebody told me the other day, Grand Theft Auto, the next one was budgeted at $2 billion.
And it's gonna make
Jeff,
it back too.
is that even a thing? $2 billion? Who does that?
They're
Who?
gonna have they're gonna have Denzel be one of the voice cast
Oh my
members.
God. This is crazy. This is crazy. We're talking about money which you've never seen before. Again, the biggest money makers, the biggest drivers of the industry now are geek stuff. This is just crazy. This is freaking nuts. But along with that come geek problems. We got geek freaking problems, man. This is crazy. This is absolutely bonkers. Jeff, let's take a minute. Let's take a second and say hi to everybody who's in the chat, guys. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Oh my God, what a week we've all had to endure. I mean, everybody here has basically just felt the true pain, the true FOMO, the true. I didn't want Once a Man, but now I have to have Once a Man because he ruined GI Joe. But like, what is going on? What is happening right now? Oh my God, Martin
You start
Pereira.
queuing up some lines of dialogue from G.I. Joe the movie. I've got you. So I'm not among that troop that said it ruined the movie.
Exactly. Martin Poirier, what's going on, my friend? In Canada, you go to your local GameStop and pre-order Once a Man Cobra Commander, and they will get it in October, and you avoid the eBay premium price. We are somewhat lucky in that up here in Canada. You know, some GameStop does get the Hasbro Pulse exclusives in store, which is crazy. But I can guarantee you right now, call up your local GameStop. He's not there anymore. He was up for like 20 minutes, and then they went straight to phone call to GameStop. Good luck finding him right now. But best of luck to everybody. Best of luck. Nolan's in the house. What's going on, my friend? How you doing? Honor You 83 is in the house. Extendar checking in. Good to see you, brother. Sci-Fi George. Good to see you, brother. Slam Bruster Dan. Rodimus and Slam Bruster Dan checking in. Yes, everybody's checking in, apparently. Neil Hunter Hyde is in the house. What's going on, brother? Timbo from Limbo. Just slithered in from Nebraska. And boy, my underbelly's tired. Take a load off, brother. This is your time. Exactly. This is your time to relax. Once a man. Let's see here. Anybody else? Frankie Rivera, what's going on, brother? How you doing tonight? TNT Skate. Skate. Good to see you. Hasbro PulseCon exclusives. I know, right? That's another problem, right? Like we're on the precipice of another ridiculous.
We're
situation.
freaking out about one thing now.
One thing at a time. One thing at a time.
Right.
My God, this is crazy. Let's see here. Helder Santos, what's going on, my friend? Things have to be changed with this Snake Tower or lower the price. We're gonna get to that. We are gonna get to that. I'm gonna star that comment right there. Eric Wilson, what's going on, dude? Zed Spidey Zed. So happy I found this channel. Thanks to all the San Diego Comic Con for my first. Thanks to all going to San Diego Comic Con for my first time this year, dude. That is crazy. Jeff, we hope to see you next year, man. Because would love to hang out with the Lyles Files, 100%.
Y'all were making me jealous with all those videos you were shooting.
Oh man, just crazy, bro. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna have dinner. It's gonna be fun. MIS1, once a man. I finally got yours. Congratulations, brother. You are one of the lucky ones.
And don't you love how when we all say it is you can't say once a man Cobra Commander. You gotta go once a man.
You have to say you gotta say it. You gotta say it. Rex J. Cox, what's going on, brother? I'm good, brother. I'm good. Thank you for asking. Crazy week. Yes, absolutely crazy week. It's a stupid week. Oh, Mario's in the house. Quartar Cartel. We met Mario in San Diego Comic Con. Great guy. Wonderful family. Thank you. Good. Thanks for everything, Mario. The Duplicity connection is coming soon again. Really? Oh my God. Andrew Davis. We are locked and loaded. Bang, bang, bang. Andrew got lucky today. Good for you, buddy. Congratulations. Kelly Cox. How's it going? Randa Gozig, Jay. At least Mattel is taking a look at what happened. Again, we're going to talk all about that. Like, second chances, right? And reevaluations and actual listening to people. This is nuts. Never in the history of commercialism have we actually seen this, really, to be perfectly honest with you. It's a huge topic. It's a big topic. Neil Hunter Hyde, really proud of Mattel and the Motu team for listening to the feedback, keeping their finger on the pulse, having the humility to pause in order to step back and reconsider. You say that, but then there's another underlying thing that we can talk about too, which we are going to discuss. So I'm going to star that too, Neil, because not everything is altruistic in the business world. Let's just put it that way, okay? Money. Hilton Santos. Money. This wouldn't be a topic if they just done it right and shown it, in my opinion. Again, there are a lot of factors going on here, brother. There are a lot of factors, and we'll get to those for sure. TNT Skit, what's going on, bro? Postcode, yeah, again, I think I read that one already. Billionaire, yo, gang, yo, brother. How you doing tonight? Let's see here, everybody else. Hal Jordan's in the house. It's not in stock, Aaron, but you can pre-order it, at least up here in Canada. Again, it's tough. It is tough, but we'll see how that runs its course. George Santos, got to dust those shelves, Jay. Is that you who keeps talking about that? Yeah, you know how hard it is to dust these stamps.
It is the biggest pain. I mean, I feel it because it's you will dust one day, and like say you dust on Sunday or Monday, and then by Tuesday, it's like, hello, we're not going anywhere. It's like, come on, yeah, it's a pain. And then of course you start trying to dust around your figures, and then they start falling over each other. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
Thanks for having my back there. Jeff, the check is in the mail. The MCU hasn't worn its drop off. Star Wars hasn't either. It's just dead. Oh man, you know what? That's shots fired, bro. But there's still some life in in Star Wars. Trust me. D23 is just on our doorstep, so things are going to be fast and furious. It's like it never ends, Jeff. It never ends.
It's
Rex
all
J.
about family too.
Exactly. The idea that the Rattler Snake Lair was supposed to be crowdfunded the same would have killed the Snake Lair even more. Yes, you know what? There is another consideration. I'm going to start that as well because again, crowdfund over crowdfund over crowdfund over crowd. It's such a vicious cycle. Grand 460. Star Wars seems dead. Hope it came back. We'll see, brother. There is hope at the end of the tunnel. We shall see. TF Hustler, all the way from Texas. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for joining us. Good to see you. Timber from Limbo. Agree, Neil. I like that they tried to improve it upon the concept art. It's gonna be crazy. President Trump 83. Hey Jay, it's Mr. Ide Lee. Good to see you, brother. You got to be careful with that name though. You're like people might take that the wrong way. But we have no problems. We have no problems here at the Mega J Retro channel or the Jeffrey Lyles channel. We love everybody. Everybody, we love everybody. Judge Dreads. What's up, my man?
Judge Dreads.
Right? Nolan's saying hi to Jeffrey. Donald Trump is also saying hi to everybody. Frankie Rivera says, hey, Jeffrey.
What's up, Frankie?
Lots of people here. Sci-Fi George. I managed to get Once a Man Cobra Commander Tuesday this morning at 11:03 a.m. Eastern Standard on Pulse. Only got one. I need to say for Nemesis Enforcer. Yes, Nemesis Enforcer. Not Immortal. I don't know who that guy is. It's rumored to have popped up here in the USA.
Nemesis Enforcer. That's the wings.
That's right.
I guess they're calling him Nemesis Immortal. What's up, billionaire?
What's going on? Billionaire is in the house. Let's see here. Anybody else we haven't said hi to yet? Snake Eyes. Good to see you, brother. How you doing today?
Snake Eyes?
Helder Santos. This is to make it the way that it was originally shown to us. I don't think people want to spend half the price for Eternia. I myself am running out of room, and my toy room is getting crowded, brother. The size. Once we like if you watch my video, which I posted earlier, people just there was a collective. Like you could hear the crowd going, "Jeez, what the hell is that?" Like I'll run it later, but the sound from the crowd was like. It was just so ridiculous. And I think that's one of the indicators which got the Marvel team thinking, the Mattel team thinking, oh God, what just happened there? I think that actually did happen. Let's see here. Judge Dreads. Make what people wanted and voted for. The price should have been the same as the other Origin sets. It is Motu, not Snake Man. Interesting. That is an interesting take on that. Tardarian Hanger. Good to see you, Mike. Oh, I had Once a Man issue in the past week. Small Once a Man. It's actually really good. That's a really good one.
Little blue pills for that.
A little issue. Just a small issue. Oh, Jeff got that really quick. It took me a second. Good to see you, Mike. Let's see here. Ryan Daly. What's going on? What up, guys? Happy to see my second and eighth favorite action figure.
What do I need to do to get to 7?
That's good. It's great to know that we're on a list of we're top 10.
We're rising to the top.
I can live with the top 10. Top 10 I can live with. Thank you, Ryan. Good to see you, brother.
I got to check with the coaches poll to see where I'm at on that one.
Jamlin's in the house. What's going on, Jamlin?
Jamlin.
Always good to see Jamlin. James Green. Hey, my two favorite
Green's here.
We got two. We got the 2. Jeffrey, we got the 2. We're doing well tonight. We are doing well tonight. This is awesome. Yeah, brother. Good to see you, man. Always great to see you, Jamlin. Teddy Hanger again. Snake Eyes. I love video games. Yes, we love video games. We really do. Let's see here. Giraffe. GTA boob physics ain't cheap. Ooh, $2 billion boob physics. You know what? I think we'll take it. We'll take it, right, Jeffrey? We will take it.
Yeah, you don't want to chump on that.
Geeks are easy. Geeks are easy to please. We just need a little bit of titty, and we're good to go, man. We are good to go.
Shout out to the Marvel Legends, Emma Frost.
Yes. Jeff Morris, good to see you.
Jeff
Squad represent. Yes, Jeff Squad is all here, man. Everybody's here. Run X33 GTA 5 budgeted at $265 million. Dude, look it up. It's even higher. It's crazy. I couldn't believe it myself. $2 billion. They spent $2 billion on this thing. It's crazy. Let's see here. Nolan, it's Chad. Where's Chad? Oh, there he is. Chaz the Guru's here. Chad, if you wanna jump on, I sent you the link, didn't I? Didn't I send you the link? If you want me to send you the link, Chaz, you should definitely jump on. You know what? I'm gonna send you the link right now. Give me a second. Let's see here. Where are you? There you are. Oh, that's the wrong one too. Jeez Louise. I've got all these windows up and none of them work. Oh, here we go. All right.
Dang. Too many windows.
Too many windows, man. Do.
Not enough time.
And you know what? Windows gave everybody a whole crap ton of problems a couple of weeks ago, but we're not going to get into that. Not today. Thank God it didn't happen while I was on a plane. That would have been ridiculous. Oh my God, that would have been just freaking
No good.
terrible. So Chaz, if you want, I just sent you the link. If you want to pop in, please do. We'd love to have you. Let's see here. Just gonna reduce all these freaking windows again because that's gonna screw me up. I think that's it. Yes, that's it. All right. Let's see here. Anybody else?
There's been a lot of people came in.
There's a lot of people in here.
It's a
It's
party.
great. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Motu Prince. Whoop whoop. Good to see you, Motu. What's going on, brother? Jabbar Robbins in the house. Hey, Jay and Jeffrey. Next month will mark the 50th anniversary of Shazam, the live action series from what's it called? Filmation. Filmation actually did Shazam. For those of you who don't know,
they did a live action one too.
Yeah.
I didn't know they did. I didn't know they did both
live action series.
Interesting.
It was only, I think it was only like 4 or 5 episodes. It was crazy.
Based on those costumes, it needed it.
Oh yeah. TF Hustler, pre-orders hitting me from left and right. Transformers to Marvel, dude. It is like a shooting gallery. It's like bang, bang, bang. You're being sniped everywhere. Like
my wallet is looking.
Money comes in, then snipe. Money comes in, snipe. 300, $25 here, $100 here, $50 here, $75 here.
You want that HasLab Rattler, don't you?
I forgot about that. Damn it! I forgot about that one. Robo 2023. Good to see you, Rob. How you doing tonight, man? Good to see you. Squatchy Dad is in the house. Yes, thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Eddie Danger, what's going on, bro? How you doing tonight? Mecha Man Blades in the house. Good to see you guys. Oh my gosh, everybody's coming. Hey, Stace of Spades. Good to see you, Stace. Just notice that Lord Grass Spentero had disappeared from BBTS, despite them still being visible in my orders. That's fine. That means you got the pre-orders, which is how that works. That's usually how it works, Stace of Spades. Judge of Dreads. I'm canceling more than I'm buying because everything is so expensive. This is something that is not untrue. The ones you really don't, the ones you realize, it's kind of funny because you pre-order it just in case. But then the ones you realize you don't really need, all of a sudden, cancel.
Well, for me, it's like I'm canceling because they're breaking their pre-order date. They're going, it's going to come September 15th or tomorrow. And, it's October. Oh, they wouldn't get that to you by the end of August. It's crazy in planning. And I think Hasbro is probably the worst on that front because they're tripping over their own stuff when they have a big product. And I really love that we don't have a Marvel HasLab doing the meme around the corner on us. But it's just like, guys, come on. Y'all know if most collectors are into G.I. Joe, Marvel Legends has in Transformers, maybe not throw a bunch of stuff at the wall at us because it's kind of rough. And when it comes down to a HasLab, a regular product, HasLab's probably going to win out. I mean, we all want our patches, don't we?
Oh yeah, we need those patches. Jeff, shots fired by Jeff again. And yeah, you'd think they would have learned a lesson from Rancor, Ghostbusters, and freaking what's it called? Sky Striker. You think they would have figured that out the first time they tried it, but no. Let's try just 2. Just 2. Maybe 2 will work. No, it will not, my friends. John Brooks is in the house all the way from Ireland. Good to see you, my friend. Managed to get one. Congratulations, dude. That's awesome. And even an Astro bought PS5 controller. Dude, you're just spending the cash today. Rorge 81. Good to see you, Rorge. Good to see you, brother. How you doing? Yes, thank you, Neil. Smack that like button, of course. Thank you so much, Neil. You are awesome. Always can count on Neil. Let's see here. Spideys. I feel dumb. I had a chance to get Once a Man in San Diego, but I passed because I didn't know he was an exclusive. Oh, dude. Oh, my friend. Foxhound is in the house. My condolences. Good to see you, brother. 247. We should have Hasbro come back with HasLab Apocalypse with the 3 Horsemen and Archangel. Boom! Let's make that happen, Hasbro. Not right now, please.
4 Horsemen.
Not right now.
Yeah. Let's wait a little bit. Need to wait until January for that.
Let's wait a little bit, Shinoto. Let's wait a
while.
George Sanchez. It's all love, Jay. Thank you, brother. We love you too.
He's talking about your shelves or in my shelves.
Yeah, probably the dustiness. Absolutely. Film Kid 1000, just gray shelves. Yes, just gray shelves.
You
No
know,
black.
then the dust would turn white or black. It's you can't win.
That's right. Extendar, just get a can of air duster. No, all the accessories would fly all over the place, dude. Don't you know that? Yeah. The carpet monster would eat everything. That's not a good idea. Urukai is in the house. What's going on, my friend? Kelly Cox. Haven't heard about the Rattler. How's Lab is doing? It's stalled a little, it's plateaued a bit, but trust me, it never stops. Trust me. It's a tiny. It'll surpass it 100%. All the
It's
chairs.
taken off. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. All right.
Sorry for that joke.
We are wow. Okay, there's a lot of people in the chat. I'm gonna have to start skipping, guys, because this one is pretty big. Carlos Castillo. Anyone else having issues with the Hasbro Pulse app? I've had to sign
Yes.
into my PC in order to get. By the way, what's up, peeps? Everyone's having problems with the Jeffrey. Jeffrey solved the whole situation. The site needs the more time. The site needs more time to percolate. The site needs more time.
We were doing the live last time together, and it was like, what are they doing? Galactus didn't fun. We're in the
Nobody
multiverse
understands.
where things didn't work or their app didn't work. It's
Nobody
crazy.
understands.
The
Nobody
Rattler's at 13,365 right now.
It's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Doc Collector's in the house. Iconic Blood 666. Eddie Danger. Sorry, guys. I'm just gonna speed through everybody right now. I apologize. Let's see here. Felix Fagans is in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you, brother. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Michael Worrell Jr. What's going on, my friend? How you doing tonight? Shannon Kalhoff. Shannon Kalhoff. Good to see you. Vin Doom. Good to see you, brother. 100 grand, Jeffrey. What the hell? 100 grand, Jeffrey. Oh, I love it. I love it. Uncarded reviews. Once a collector. It's getting to that point, brother. It's getting to that point.
JT the grind.
It's in the house. Chaz the Guru is also there, but looks like what's all this hearing about a Cobra Commander? Oh, great. Yes, you are the good DJ Trump. Yes, of course. You are the good DJ Trump. Brick in the Rye. Why am I not? There it is. Brick and Tire. Brick and Tire. Oh, Brick and Tire. Sorry, Brick and Tire. What's going on, my friend? How you doing? Good to see you, brother. Aaron Hardy. Good to see you. Kelly Cox. Erwin Papa's in the house. You be playing? Jeff, missed your live yesterday, but caught it afterwards. Great stuff. Glad I could catch you live right now.
Glad to see you, man.
Good to see you, brother. Matthew Daughter, Alan Carmen Jr. Holy crap. Lab Rat. Good to see everybody. Toys of the Time Gone By. Always good to see you, brother. Oh man. No, I cannot. That would be
driveway scale.
That would be a nightmare. That would be an absolute nightmare. Rhea Black is in the house. Good to see you, Rhea. Dividends. Good to see you. Hal Jordan again. Buddy's Customs. My Buddy's Customs. Good to see you, bud. I pre-ordered TOG Leatherhead, and it's supposed to come out in November, but I'm seeing it in hitting stores right now. Yes, 100%. Hopefully, you will get to see him soon, bud. Padre Cochinero. Greetings. I like Cobra Law as a kid and as an adult, but I don't need once a man. The economy and inflation necessitates prudent and strategic purchases. Good to see you guys. That is actually a very smart and wonderful answer. Thank you.
I wish I could do that. Really wish
I know, right? Rob 2023. Jeff, Jeffrey, you guys back the Rattler. I am sitting on the fence as I always do, and right at the end, and right at the end, I'm going to snipe it. If there's no 1 week special, I am sitting on that fence. That fence is warm and toasty. Trust me, that is a warm and toasty fence. MIS1. Hey Jeff, I don't want to hunt down the Platinum Edition Flash movie Batman. Do you know if EE or BBTS or McFarlane might get it?
I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't know, if you want it, you might want to try to hunt it down, because if you wait too long and everybody gets it, they're just going to shoot those prices up on you. So it might be better to track it down now.
Yeah, unfortunately, the way the toy economy is going right now, they are making more limited runs than they are making larger runs. It's just the way that is. Neil Hunter, hi. D23 was mentioned. I don't collect Funko Pop. I'm gonna need someone to pick me up a Bob Gurr limited edition pop from the expo. I love me some Gurr, retired Imagineer legend. So guys, if anybody can help out, Neil Hunter Hyde, great member of the community. You guys definitely want to help him out. Justin Mohan's in the house. Game Quest Even y'all with all the great lines in now. Example, Jada, Hasbro really doesn't want to give me a reason to look elsewhere with shenanigans like once a man. So you know what, brother? That's actually a good point. Move on. Sometimes you just gotta move on.
Move
Oh
along.
man,
Move
okay,
on.
we're getting to the end here, guys. Hang tight. Let's see here. Judge Dredd is in the house. Ronan X33. Philly Jones. What's going on, Philly?
What's up,
How you
Philly
doing?
Jones?
Jalen again. No freebie for you. Jay, did you pre-order the Mondo Scare Mare and Scare Glow? I'm sitting on that fence. I keep telling everybody I'm going to sit on that fence right until I snipe, because my bank account keeps getting sniped. So I gotta be very careful with this. I really do.
Yeah.
It's not that I
a
don't
game.
want to. It's not that I don't want to. It's just it happens. Nerd alert. Hey, what's up, what's up, guys? Hey, Lyle. The Marvel Legends wish list video was great. Awesome picks. Hope some of those get made.
Thank you.
Oh, dude.
I'm firing my PR guy.
Some great picks there for sure.
Yeah.
Raymond Chung is in the house. What's going on? Wasted so much time editing my phone number from format on Hasbro.
That
Pulse.
thing is the
so wrong.
worst.
That is
Oh,
so
man.
wrong.
I hate that part.
Oh.
Because it's like, what's wrong? Oh, you don't have a flag here. Morons. They have everything else. It's the worst. I'm with you, Raymond. That is so dumb. Because on day one of Cobra Commander, I was like, "What's wrong?" It's like an action movie where you're trying to figure out which wire to press, which one before I get it. And it's like, oh, of course, it's the right one. Boom. No Cobra Commander for you.
I know, pretty much, right? All the hoops. Padre. Accidentally found the McFarlane Collector Edition, regular and platinum, of the Connor Kent Sergeant's Rock and Manga bat on the end cap. So check your targets if you're interested. There's a good point. There's a good tip. There's a very good tip. Check those end caps, everybody. You just never know.
I saw them, not the chase versions, but yeah.
Lexulator. My wallet is happy about the Snake Lair, Mondo Scare Mare, and Snare Glow Fortress Max. Wow, dude. Those are some big hitters you just mentioned there. Kirk HT is in the house. Judge Dreads again. Derek Kuto's in the house. What's going on? How you doing, brother? Same Time Toys in the house. Finally coming down to it, guys. Thank you for being here. You guys are awesome. Barrenter. This time of year, so many pre-orders. I have to ask myself, what is a must and what might be on sale for Black Friday? That's a Jeff answer if I ever heard one, for sure.
Man, listen, I'm about to slow down on everything. My buddy just texted me today that because Ollie's continues to have new stuff coming in. It feels like every day at this point. This was a new drop that my buddies just saw, not in our area. $10 for that guy. It's just like, come on, dog. And of course, when things disappear from Target or whatever, it's like, oh, I've missed my chance. Not really. Because
No.
I feel like we're gonna wake up one day and Black Widow is gonna be showing up at Ollie shelves, and everybody who paid more for her and all the people who are scrambling to get a Warbird are gonna find her next year and get like, what the heck? So it's a whole thing.
It does tend to happen. All of a sudden, something which was impossible to find, Ollie's got, or some sort of liquidation place. Is crazy.
Right.
Michael World Jr. Cobra Stinger hit BBTS with everything hitting at once. I have to eat ramen noodles for another week. Oh my god, I've been there, brother. I've been there. Have truly been there. It's all those dollar McDonald meals which don't exist anymore.
They don't. They don't. Because I got a what's his face McDouble. And I don't even get fries from McDonald's anymore because they're just terrible. They forgot to actually fry the French fries, so it's just like they're like whoop, whoop, they're limp. And I got a Coke, and it was like $8. I'm like, well, how is this even possible? That's a whole extra value meal. Where's the value?
It's crazy.
Jenny Ortega is Tila.
Eric Valdez. Jenny Ortega is Tila. Interesting. We'll see what happens.
I think her Scream sister might Melissa. What's her name? I think she might be cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Same Time Toys, Renegade Biker. Yes, you guys are all seeing each other. Anybody else we haven't said hi to? Fran, Captain America, good to see you. Helter Santos, always good to see you. Plastics Paul, Plastic Soul Collector, good to see you, my friend. Got Cobra Commander on the first drop, saved my anxiety for sure. What a mess. Yes, what an absolute cluster F. Roar JD1 again. Easy E picked up X-Men Forge 3-pack at Ollie's tonight. Manager says that they might have more pallets, toys than they can throw on the floor. Christmas is looking good too, though. Honestly, the Forge 3-pack is something that everyone, especially when it goes on sale, is always looking for. Glad you picked one up, brother. Oh my God. I guess we're going to have to start looking at Ollie's for some Forge 3-packs. Jeez Louise. But nobody can find Cable. No one can find Cable right now. It's ridiculous. It is freaking ridiculous. Grand 460s in the house. Jamelin, $10. Not a bad little pickup, Jeff.
Oh, I didn't get it. It was on my local collector text thread where they're the enablers, as my wife says. So every time I'm like, oh yeah, I'm talking to the gang. I'm like, they're just convincing you to go out to Target and all that. But yeah, so apparently, I think it might have just been a Twitter deal, but they're showing up there. It's wild.
So let's see what happens. Kelly Cox in the house. My kingdom for an Ollie's in Canada. Yes, that would be amazing. Sabir Del Norte. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Sabir. How you doing tonight? Philly Jones again. Yo, fellas. Glad you all tag teaming, especially y'all realness on the toy community issues. Thank you, Philly.
Thank you.
That's all. We're always tag teaming, both me and Jeff, whenever possible, because I ping him at the weirdest times, and he's like, "I'm asleep. What are you doing?"
No, what's worse is that you'll hit me up, and it's like I'll see it at 3 a.m. Like, oh, I should have checked it. I could have come on. Still wide awake.
Good. It's all good. Judge Dreads. Yep. Grand Toy should be another bill. Oh, it's just crazy. Just crazy. Padre says Ollie's in Kansas, but not here in Nebraska. Sigh. Thank you, Crash. Good to see Crash in the chat. Always great to see Crash. Hung out with him at Joe Fest and has become a YouTube member. Thank you, my brother. Really appreciate that. And I think Crash actually gifted a membership to somebody the other day. So thank you, Crash. You are freaking awesome. Good to see. Yeah, we're doing well, brother. We're doing well. Thank you so much for becoming a member again. Will's in the house. SDCC Batman Beyond and Old Wayne found old Batman. Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne. Batman Beyond Wayne. Found at GameStop Canada. Congratulations, brother. I did see that, and I actually did find gold label Terry McGinnis as Batman.
Oh, nice.
So that was a lot of fun. Extendar's in the house. Good to see you. Ultra Runner, Tech and Toy Review. Sorry, brother. Once, twice, and 3 times a man. Oh my God.
3 times a man. It's once, twice, 3 times a lady.
Yeah, once, twice, 3 times. Once a man. Sabir Denote. Sabir Del Norte had an update acquired for the Pulse app today. This is this is comical. What's going on with that? Like all day long, I looked at it as an AM and said, "What happened to the other 30 or 29 freaking days?" It's crazy, brother. It's crazy. And we're gonna circle back to that for sure. Last 2 on the list. Good to see you guys. Mecha Man Blade and Crash again. Had to get new cards, so I had to update stuff. This is nuts. Nice. This is nuts. It's crazy. Finally, thank you guys. So many of you guys in the chat today. Thank you. You guys are freaking awesome. Last one. Padre, Jeff, loved your video on Marvel Legends figures. We need a box and Marina talisman to complete Alpha Flight. Jay needs his super team completed. You know what?
Thank you for watching it. So the crazy thing is, right, I've already done like a 2023 Marvel Legends top 50. And they were included on that because I absolutely want Box and Marina. Like they're probably in my top 20 just because I thought Box had such a cool look. And Marina works with Alpha Flight in the dying days of the Avengers before John Byrne comes to fix it and then rolls out again. But yeah, and I tried to limit myself to just 10 from my last list. So that's why they weren't there. Otherwise, it'd have been a boring video. But I've already done the next 50 videos. So I don't know when I'll do that. Maybe after PulseCon, when we drop some more Marvel Legends from Hasbro.
Oh man, it just never ends. We got D23, we got PulseCon, we got so many things. New York Comic Con. When will it? It never ends. It will never end, Jeff. And just like that, boom.
Guess who stepped in the room?
This week. What a cluster F of just huge proportions. Oh my God, Jeff. What happened? What the F happened? Oh my God.
It's that ridiculous. I feel like they really messed up on the Hasbro front with changing up their website right around the time with the Rattler and dropping Comic Con exclusives, no one was complaining about the website being so poorly conceived. It was like, oh, it's all good. I can order my stuff. And Jalen and a few others just said, hey, you get to see what you order. That's like the only positive with this change. But there's so many just basic problems with it where just making a simple order is a hassle. And you know, it's kind of a good thing to have your website set up so people who want to buy things can buy it without having to be up at 3 a.m. Oh, right, he's here again. Let me order it. And that whole Maxify was the worst.
Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. And as you said, I think Jeff was he was ahead of the game. He basically said, "I don't like the website changes. I don't like what's happening here." And I believe Jeff did say or something along the lines of, this is trouble." I think Jeff at one point said something like, "This is going to be a problem." And you know what? It became a problem, didn't it, Jeff? This is just
Oh
it's like
yeah.
it's a prophetic situation going on here, just absolutely insane. So now I'm going to ask the $1 million question, Mr. Lyles. Did you acquire Once a Man?
Yes. On my
Oh,
second attempt.
there you go, the second time coming. But here's the thing
So
about that. Please tell your story, because to be
okay.
honest with you, were you in the 2 minute gap, or were you in the showed up later in the day kind of situation? What happened?
Oh, so I had my alarm all set 12:55 because I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna miss out on this guy. So I've got my alarm set, and then I'm on to HasbroPulse.com, made sure I'm logged in, all set. Everything's ready. And I used to do this back in the days with Mattel and their bogus white screen of death website, where I would put something in my cart to just have it there and ready. So when the new DC Classics figure dropped, I'd be all set and then make sure to delete it. Then of course sometimes it's like, oh no, I've got two things in here, but I needed to get it before I couldn't get it. Anyway, so I've got them, and of course, there's that whole, when 1 o'clock hits, there's the initial, all right, great, pounce, move, get it quick, and there's just nothing there. This no update. It's still the whole route. I'm like, refresh, refresh, and then they've got that little tile rolling of stuff. I'm like, what's going on? Every time there's something new, you guys replace it with that. And it's still like, and of course, it took me a second to keep scrolling San Diego Comic Con. It's just like, why are you guys having this thing buried on? It's the second scroll of your finger. It's the next page down. It's like, why is this? Get over there. God, see him great. Add him to cart. And I'm going through the whole checkout thing. All right, cool, cool, cool. And then it's like, wait, what's up with what's the problem with the phone number? And I go through that 2 times before I realize it's missing the flag. And I'm just, this is dumb. You have the rest of my US address. Why do you need my US phone number? Doesn't even matter. And by the time I go through that, I get the nice little pink or purple tab that says, one item in your cart is no longer in stock. Just like, no, no, no. I'm Emperor Palpatine up in here. No, no, no. And it's just a wash. I'm like, all right, well, maybe this is that 1 o'clock window where it's the premium pulse time where it's just a free for all. And then I'm like, all right, maybe at 2 o'clock they'll have some more. 2 o'clock. Then it's a whole new wave of people who are upset. I never even got a chance to get this thing. Hasbro's terrible. And then, of course, later on in the day, they're like, guys, guess what? We found 2 more cases of this figure. So we're going to put them back up for pre order tomorrow at 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. Great. Oh, wait. Actually, we're going to put them up at 11
I know.
a.m. Eastern time, which was awesome. So I was like, all right, I've got my alarm set for 11. No, was it 10:55? I'm all set. And then I wake up Tuesday to a flurry of texts on my figure crew text chat, and they're like, he's up right now, and it's like 8 o'clock or 8:30. I'm like, oh man. So I hurry up. You got that panic, like, all right, let me hurry up. What's that CCC number or CCV number? And then bam, get it through, no hassle. It's like, great, I think it went through. And I checked the order confirmation email, got him. And then people are like, hey, he's there. And it's like, great, perfect, awesome. And then, at 11 o'clock, they put them back up again. And I think there's like a 5-10 minute window where people can get them. But it's the hassle because that maximum or minimum of a maximum of 5 per order, it's just wrecking things for everybody. Because you figure somebody would get maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 at most for their other 2 friends who are working during the day at 8 o'clock or at 11 o'clock during the day. But 5 is just encouraging people to go, let me buy 5 and I'll get this one to trade or to sell to make up for my inconvenience. And it's just, I mean, that first day on eBay was just a joke. People were like, I'm going to charge 150 for it. It was just the worst.
Wow. I've seen some crazy numbers. Like I saw one 299 250 with plus $50 shipping. It was insane. Like
I
it was
mean,
just
they're trying to back a rattler. That's what's going in there.
that's basically what it is. They're trying to get the money back for the Rattler. It's crazy. It's absolutely pure ridiculousness. Just absolutely not. Kelly Cox, making collectors play these games just grinds my gears. You're not. You're absolutely 100%, Kelly. You're right on the ball there. Renegade Backer Jay, a DDoS attack happens quickly. Yeah, right, bro. Right, right. Oh my god, that is ridiculous. Nolan, unfortunately, I was at work when he dropped, so I wasn't able to get him. But that's all right. The indie companies can have my money. There you go. And we'll be talking a little bit about indie companies and Kickstarters a little later in the show. But yeah, you know what? There's a lot of great indie stuff that's coming out right now, and people should definitely be looking at new products for sure. I, as a lot of people know, slaved and actually got in line for one. Okay,
Nice.
this really burns my biscuit because they denied us. They only allowed us to have one at the freaking show. I mean, we didn't pay. God knows we didn't pay thousands of dollars to be there, right? Just to get one. But that's how it happened. But looking like hindsight being 50-50, 2020, I'm actually damn glad I got one. To be perfectly honest with you. But I mean, apparently on Sunday they let everybody grab 6 or 7, but I was gone by then. I was already on my way back to Toronto.
Wow.
So great stuff, Hasbro. Thank you for that. But yeah, the community is not happy, Jeff. The community is not happy about this entire situation. A lot of people calling for change. A lot of people calling for people's heads, which is not cool. I don't think like first of all, Jeff, I don't think anybody on the marketing team even has any inkling about what's possible or what to do with these situations. They don't control the website. They don't control how things are made. You know what I mean? They're freaking marketers, for crying out loud. So and then you have the poor designers who all they want to do is design cool shit. You know what I mean? That's all they want to do. So people, please, everybody here in the good community, all our brothers and sisters out here in the geekdom, please calm down. you're not gonna bleed. You're not gonna make water from a stone or bleed blood from a stone. You're not gonna get that out of this because you know what? These people, they are the front facing, right? They are the ones who take the most BS from all of us. So please go easy on these guys. They deserve better than that. Seriously, they're bringing us the toys we want. So just check that at the door, please, because that is not cool. That is not cool. I don't know, Jeff. Let's talk a little bit about what did go wrong here. I mean, like it was absolutely everything. Like
What did Thanos say? Everything.
everything, just absolutely everything, all of them. Right? Absolutely. Looking at poor Gamora there and saying, "Is it finished?" Yes.
What did it cost you?
Everything. It did. Let me ask you this then, Jeff. Did you get a captcha? Because I
Did I get
think
what?
did you get a captcha? Did you get a captcha? Did you get a
No.
yeah? Why
No.
is that? Where was the cap? Where were the securities? Where were they? What happened?
Non-existent. But if they're gonna sell out in 30 seconds, yeah, I don't need that caption drama in my life. It's one of those things where it's really just that. I mean, you were able to pick up one and one only. I think if people just had that option, it wouldn't be a thing of like, oh no, there's not enough stock to last 5 minutes. I mean, even if people were just going back and buying more, And I always think that if you're allowing people to buy a single figure the same amount of that any army builder we've had from Marvel Legends ever on Pulse, something's wrong. If you guys go, all right, you can't build an army of more than 5 figures. You got to figure no one needs 5 once a man Cobra Commanders. Just nobody.
Yeah. And of course, Easy E says, I'm thinking of buying a Coco Pyramid with a 5+1 friend picked up at SDCC. You know what? It's crazy. How many, like, they went, it was like that. It was like that. Somebody, and I think it was a bot attack. I think it really was. I think that bots ran away with all the freaking stock. And now you see all these listings on eBay, $99, $150, like bids starting at $50. It is absolutely freaking crazy what's been happening with this whole situation, and people are pissed off. I mean, just looking at the comment section right now, everybody's a little bit upset. Philly Jones, totally agree with Sabir del Norte. I was told by the same by a very plugged in tuber with the G.I. Joe classified team, who's calling for heads. I like that passion. Yo, Joe. Oh my gosh. Janlin, none of the people we see online have anything to do with the distribution or any e-commerce issues. Correct. I totally get that. Gran 460 HasLab is BS. I have Ghostbuster stuff, Transformer stuff, Giant Man stuff, Star Wars Cantina, Joe Dragonfly, Star Wars Ghost, over $1,000 in products, still waiting. Oh my god, absolutely crazy.
Like Jodeci.
It
Yeah,
was
it's I always think that's the worst part of that whole deal, where it's like, you know, just take off half that money. Don't make us pay up front for everything if it's gonna be a year plus before we actually see it. I think that's really backwards, and it cuts both ends because it could be the hey, tomorrow we're ready to charge you your account for that money for the HasLab player, but I think in that kind of context, it's such a long wait and yeah, cool. But like if you got $1,000 and you're just kind of sitting waiting for them to deliver, it's like, come on, guys. There's got to be a better way for them to execute that and and get their money that they need to put this stuff out and not have us on the hook waiting for stuff we paid for a year ago.
absolutely. And Gikano, good to see you. Yes, it was great meeting you too, brother. And like I said, a lot of people are very upset about this, and people are starting to think, that they need to quit. They need to quit the hobby at this point. And as somebody mentioned earlier, maybe it's time to look at independent creators. People who are kickstarting their own projects. A lot of people are starting to look at other toy lines and things that will maybe give them more enjoyment than the what's available on the market right now.
Savage
And
Land.
yeah, Savage Land, and what's it called? Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. Lots of great things which are coming along the line, and people are getting very very upset. And of course, when you regurgitate and make things over and over again, like Star Wars has done over the past couple of years, pardon me, people get tired of it. People get absolutely tired of it, and it's crazy because as I mentioned that there are really creative people out there who are making brand new projects, and it's fascinating to see some of the things they're coming up with. I want to highlight this. Let's take a break a little bit from this. Oh my god, this absolute cluster F. Let's just take a quick break from that, guys.
We'll be right back.
Let's talk a little bit about some real big projects I'm very excited for, and specifically projects which have been catching my attention. Jeff, have you heard about this one yet? It's by a brand new company called Bamco Toys, and I'm just going to bring it up here. It's called the Lost Landers Origins Collection. I'm really excited about this particular project. It's on Kickstarter right now, and they've already reached their minimum funding goal of
Nice.
$5,000 in pledges. It's
Oh,
a lot of fun, and I'm really excited about this. And it's something fresh and new. Do you know what I mean? Like, have you heard of this one yet?
I'm aboard. No, I haven't. I like the designs. They look pretty cool.
Yeah, 100%. I thought the exact same thing. The design team is great. Thomas and Guy Dorian Sr. Some of you guys might recognize that name. He's a very prominent artist at Marvel, and has been around the industry for quite some time. And some of these designs are amazing. And again, it's this wonderful new grassroots type of thing, Jeff, that I really enjoy because they're doing something which all of us wanted to do when we were kids. Create
Finally giving
something.
us a man-ape figure.
Yeah, create something brand new. You know what I mean? Like, look at some of this artwork. And I mean, look at that. You know what I mean? Like, some brand new creative designs. Really exciting characters. Right? I'm very, very excited about all this, and their world building. That's
Mhm.
huge, especially when you're really starting out and creating a brand new IP. And I really wanted to talk a little bit about this, so I invited two of the creators to be here tonight. And Jeff, let's welcome them tonight. Guys, please help us welcome Thomas and Guy Dorian Sr. What's going on, guys? How you doing tonight?
How's it going?
Hey, how you
Thanks
doing,
for having me
Jay?
on.
Not too bad, brother. Guy, how are you feeling? I know that you like myself came
Yeah,
back from con with a con plague.
yeah,
You know,
man. I got the Batman, bro.
oh, it's good
So
on you. It's good on you. It's a sexy,
yeah,
the sexy
yeah,
sick.
it works. How you doing, Jeffrey?
Good guy. How are you?
Good, nice to meet you.
Nice
And
meeting you.
Thomas, good to see you, bud.
Yeah,
Good
how's
to
it
see you,
going, guys? Thanks for having us on.
No problem, no problem. I'm excited about this project, guys. So why don't you take us through it? I mean, this is you guys don't have like it's you. First of all, congratulations. You're fully funded, and I'm very excited to see what you guys are going to be coming up with in the next couple weeks. But there's still time. We still have time. You have 6 days left to go, and as I was telling, as I explained in many times in multiple streams. I don't know how you guys are doing this because $5,000 is $5,000 was not enough. I think you need $10,000 to $20,000 minimum to really get the dream projects that you want to get done. So you know what? Let's try and get you there. Right? We're at $8,134 right now. We can definitely get to 10,000 in 6 days, and we can probably hit 20,000 in those 6 days as well. But talk to us a little bit about the book. Talk to us a little bit about how you guys created the characters and what makes this project as special as I know it is. Take it away, guys.
You want me to cover this guy, or you want me to talk? Okay. So,
Yeah.
Lost Landers is a basic concept that is, what if prehistoric man didn't go extinct? So stuff like Neanderthal, Denisovans, Nadali, and all the different ancient species of man, and what if they just kept evolving? Could they be in lost lands hidden on our world? And as we're finding out, the answer is yes. Every year there's new discoveries that ancient man like Neanderthal and Denisovans definitely not only met, but they also mated. And there's caves that have been found where they tunneled like 6.5 miles underground and kind of built, in essence, like a little civilization. So what happens if they just kept doing and kept evolving? And that's kind of where we got to. And then we started building, what would these lost lands be like? Would they have high technology? What if ancient ancestor creatures still existed? Like a glyptodon is the predecessor to what we know as an armadillo. An armadillo is small. Believe it or not, can deflect like a 22 and a 9mm caliber shell. Not a point blank, but it can. So what would one that existed that was 2,200 pounds and 8 feet wide, what would that shell be like? Could that be used for armor? Could that be used to live in, for structures and support? So just going back into history and finding all these like neat animals and creatures that existed and just building from there.
That's amazing. And so, along with that, come some interactions with these people. But why don't you take us through a few of the characters that you've created here? Who do we have here in this section?
Okay, so we have on the top left is a character named Epicurus who goes by the name Epic, and he is from the Lost Lands. And basically, he's journeyed into, the Outlands, or modern day, Earth and the world, and he's collecting heroes or people that don't realize they're heroes yet, but they have lineage back to some of the prehistoric man. So to the right is a character named Abigail Powers that goes by the name Bullet. She is part Patagonian giant and Amazonian. In real life, she's about 6'7". She was an Army brat, and she wanted to be an Air Force pilot, but she was too tall to actually fly a plane, fly a fighter jet. So she ends up becoming an engineer and creating a suit so she can fly around and do stuff. So the next character over is a guy named J.L. McCoy. He's a character called Fusion. His background is, again, like Abby. He's a scientist. He creates a suit of armor. He's undersized. The Florencensis was an ancient, human species that were 3 to 4 feet tall, and basically he's built this suit that can make him larger. He has bots or robots that come off of it. Did you have something to put in there, Guy? Oh, okay. And so there's a lot more to him. He also helped work on Abby's suit and provides a lot of technology. That would be Toro. And basically he's our Western gunslinger. He's an ex-military sniper. He's a professional bull rider. And he brings a lot to the team in regards to strategy and toughness. And he's definitely the character that the rest of the team can rely on to get the job done. Nice guy. That would be Colton. And he just goes by Colton. He basically a true adventurer. He goes to different martial arts events. He's a mountain climber. He just goes and explores. He's very confident in himself and very sure of himself. So sometimes the character can come off a little arrogant. He wants to lead the team. He wants to be a team leader, but Abigail, she's in charge. And this is an interesting character. We call him Rockstar. He has a couple different personas. The guy's holding up, his statue we've had made, and he basically is kind of like a magician. He can take on different personas. This is where he's like a classic. He has multiple. Yeah,
he has multiple personality disorder.
I love it. I love that.
So throughout the comics, he'll go from being a wrestler, and when he wrestles, they don't know which persona is going to come out. Kind of like Mankind, and he was made with the the thought process of my favorite wrestler, Roddy Piper.
Scroll back up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of. He's got Roddy Piper in him. He's got Dusty Rhodes. He's got some Houdini in him. Thomas wanted some magician Houdini, and so there he is. Yeah, there he is. So at any moment, like you'll just be talking to the guy, and all of a sudden, bam, and you'll see a smoke cloud, and all of a sudden he turns around and he's the magician. And you're like, what the hell? Talks different, acts different, all that stuff.
I really like that. That's an interesting twist to the characters that you're creating. It looks like you have a really big host of characters. Now, who's this guy? Because he's someone who I've been definitely trying to figure out what is his deal. He looks crazy.
So he is our big bad. He's our main villain. His name is Ominous Sir, and he ruled the Lost Lands for a long time and was defeated and kind of put in suspension is the best way I can kind of explain it without giving away too much. And some of the other groups and some of the different, decided that they basically wanted to bring him back, and he's been reborn, resurrected, whatever you want to call it. And he's kind of angry because last time he was in control, he lost it all, and now he wants to regain the lost lands, and then he wants to come into our world and take over.
And the way he could do that, is Abby. This is almost ready, but not quite ready. I've been adjusting it. This is Abby. There you go. So Abby's being adjusted right now, but thing is that Abby created the sun cell, and it's a cell, and it's like what do you call those things again, Thomas?
Solar panel. It absorbs.
Solar panel.
It absorbs.
But it's a crystal though. And it's cut in many different ways. It's got millions of cuts inside, and each one of those cuts reflects off of each other, continuously building that power. Now, Sir needs that power to stay alive. He doesn't have infinite power. He needs a power source. So that's when they're going after Abby, and Abby has the power source and all this stuff. And I'll let Thomas take it before I cough my guts out.
If you scroll down on that, you'll see Abby's newest and most iteration of her suits. She's designed a bunch of different suits over time, and that's going to be her main suit. The cell sun cell that Guy was talking about is right there in their center, and it just basically absorbs solar energy at a much higher rate. A typical solar panel only retains 20 to 25% of energy in conversion, and she's absorbing it and converting it thousands of times. And so it allows her to do stuff like fly, shoot energy, redirect stuff. So it's, in essence, she's a giant living battery. So.
Crazy. So you guys have been developing this over the past year and a half or so. What has been the response been like at shows and at places that you guys have visited?
I think people seeing the figures. When we started all this, besides all the world building and doing all that, the idea for Lost Landers was to create a property and create toys for kids to play with. I've been a retailer for 30 years, and I can tell you that why I sell a lot of toys, they're not going to kids to play with. I want kids to play in the dirt, use their imagination, pretend. I think all the things that we all kind of did as a kid. I understand the collecting and I understand the high-end figures, but I think toys for kids right now, in a world where everybody's staring at tablets and phones and whatever, I think that it's needed. That was kind of like a root of what we were trying to achieve. And you got to create a cool world while we're doing all this, and that's going to be, you can't have good heroes without great villains. I'm really proud of stuff like Guy's designs on Dunks, our Yeti. You have that, Guy? There's Dunks. And just really unique, different looking.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Stuff.
He looks amazing.
Thanks. And so there was an apex predator 186 million years ago, basically kind of like a Knucklesaurus. And basically, I was like, oh, this thing's cool. And like, there's archives of what its skull was. And so I sent it to guys like, yeah, this has got to be, our aquatic kind of like villain. And we just, evolved him into, human-like. And, under that helmet, there's an actual face. And,
yeah, there's a fish type character. So this one we got like right off the bat, right, Thomas?
Yep.
Thomas and I talk about some of the characters. Some of the characters I'll draw first. I don't know where to go, and then we add it. And Thomas says something, and I'll add and change. Some stuff I'll just design. Some stuff we'll talk about first, and then I'll come up with a design that I think works, and then we work on it from there. But we did a great job together. I think the thing about Thomas and I is you find someone who you work really well with and can sit and talk to about stuff and exchange ideas. That doesn't happen all the time. I've been designing since I was like 24 years old. So I'm 55. So I mean, I've been designing for my life, and I've worked with everybody. I work with everybody, anyone big. And when Thomas and I got together, we started talking, and Thomas had a company, a comic company called Azure Press, did some great stuff, but it was the way we clicked, which was the best thing. And if you can have agreements and disagreements and work through process and all that, and still be going, hey man, can't wait to see you and talk to you and work this stuff and create this stuff, then you have the right guy. You have the right partner. Thomas and I, we just meld great. Like Thomas had this made. This is a bust.
Oh yeah, that's incredible. Yeah.
See, this is Ominous Sir, and each one of these is a different deity, a demigod, and his head rotates to the different guy. And as it rotates, this symbol changes to each different guy, each different god. And we're going to eventually have a toy that does that. You push something on the back and his head rotates, and so does his symbol. And his voice is different. He is a different demigod talking. Now, sometimes these guys are usually not awake during that time. They're in like a stasis while the one takes over. But every once in a while, they can talk amongst each other.
I'm loving it. I really am loving the idea. And for me, for me, for me, I was very excited about what was coming. And again, for me, we were talking about it earlier. This is like there's so many properties out there that have been rehashed and reused over and over again, and I just really love the entrepreneurial spirit that you guys are bringing into this. So yeah, guys, very very exciting.
So we have a character Slosh. Do you think you could pull him up? Because I think he's a pretty unique design, this guy here. And so when we're trying to figure out how, or I am story-wise trying to figure out how these species, evolved, these hominids, I was talking about the cave, and those were the Nadali. The Nadali were chimpanzee-style humanoids that basically tunneled 6.5 miles down. They buried their own. They had no natural predators there, right? They called them the Star Tribe because in the caves they literally painted the skies. They painted stars and stuff on the ceiling, which is considered. It still stuns like archaeologists trying to figure it all out. But so I was like, well, if they tunnel so deep and they keep tunneling so deep and they're in darkness, they're going to start to lose their human form. They're not going to need eyes anymore. They're going to be breathing in toxins. They're going to be, as farther down they go, the more exposure they have stuff. So over time, it's just evolved them into like almost an ooze type monster or creature. And if you like zoom in, you can see like things growing on them and different. We're gonna have a lot of fun with them. And,
yeah, I'm very excited for the project, and talk us through a little bit about what people can expect, and of course what the tiers are, and what you guys are hoping to achieve for the future.
So the purpose of the Origin collection, it will be 12 short stories that basically give the origins of Epicurus and the Five, and then Ominous Sir and his top 5 lieutenants, right? And the stories will basically show a main hero basically getting recruited by Epicurus to come journeying to the Lost Lands and to pull everybody together. And then on the flip side, it will be Ominous Sir on how he recruited some of these characters to serve him. And the idea is that eventually when we make toys, obviously big fans of He-Man and growing up, and Guy is too, we thought some type of origin comic would be great to come with a toy. Something that's 6 to 8 pages, not a whole lot of detail, expanded so the kids can get exposed to comics, because comics is a love. There's Slosh fighting Rockstar, and then Dunks and Fusion going at it on those 2 pages. And so the collection will basically be those stories, and then more about the world, and a little bit of a prelude to an ongoing comic book series. As we want to do toys, doing a lot of sculpting and 3D modeling and stuff like that, we just started printing them out. A buddy of mine did it kind of on a whim, and printed some like 50 millimeter figures, and then printed some larger ones, and we were just impressed like how well they were coming out, and we could just do more with it. So when you get the trade, you're going to get, depending on your tier, you're going to get a pick of one of the figures to come with it, or statues, whatever you want to call it. And then eventually we'll have all different versions, painted, non-painted. And all that is just building up to a toy line, which is our ultimate goal, is to have, articulate, fun toys for kids to play with, and kids of all ages to collect as well too. So.
Yeah, I'm very excited about in particular, I'm very excited about the higher tiers. Obviously, if you start with a $5 donation, you can pick up the Lost Landers stickers pack, which is 5 stickers, set of Lost Landers trading cards as well. Sorry, it's a decision between either the stickers or the trading cards. Tier 2 is the Origins digital, so basically Lost Landers Origins graphic novel digital version. So you get the digital comic plus the choice of the stickers or the trading cards. And then, of course, if you go to $30, you get the choice of Heroes or Villains Lost Landers cover. So you get a choice of either of those 2 covers we saw earlier. The Lost Landers Origins graphic novel digital version, and 1 set of stickers and 1 set of trading cards. So you get a very good bundle there. And then moving up, you can get the hardcover. Sorry, no.
You get both covers.
Yeah, it's actually both covers. That's right, at $50 plus everything that we mentioned before. And this is the one that I really like, the statue bundle. At $100, you get a choice of 1 unlocked collectible statue. Now that's a choice, and we've seen a couple of them already. So you get a choice of 1 of those statues, plus the Heroes Lost Lander cover, the graphic novel, both of the covers, the digital version, and of course the trading cards and the stickers. And then if you are really into the collection, you can get the $200 bundle, which has 2 unlockable figures, which is awesome. So you get a choice of any of these guys, on this section here, which is amazing. 2 of these different statues, and then you can get everything else that we mentioned as well. But the real big pack, and I think this one might be sold out now, right? Because the last time I checked, there was only one pledge left for the $4.99 bundle, which is amazing. So thank you to everybody who backed that portion. There might still be 1 left, but anyway, this one comes with everything that we talked about earlier, plus 4 collectible statues, which is just insane. And that's the one that really gets me, because I really want to see these guys in action figure format eventually, because I think that what you guys are doing here is freaking amazing. The world building, everything about it, I'm really excited about the possibilities. I mean, look at this. This really excites me. Like Born in the USA, I love the sculpts, I love the designs. Jeff, like, this is a really exciting project. What do you have any thoughts on these? Like these guys.
So there is 1 left on the tier 7.
Okay.
I just checked. These look amazing. I love the designs, and I spend a good amount of time every week reviewing comic books. So these really look like a lot of fun. I'm a huge fan of the Simonsons, so the fact that they're involved in this is really cool to me as well. And there's some other creators, Scott Hanna and Pop Mon, who, Sabo Sima, of course. And I'm really excited about seeing them involved in this. And I love the character designs. And that's always the thing where you kind of like, back in the day when we were collecting these figures, we didn't know 30 years of the lore. It was just, oh, that looks cool. So I like the idea of seeing these new designs and wanting to know more of the story. And the fact, Thomas, that you mentioned that old school Masters of the Universe, because, like those comic books were what informed me before the cartoon polluted my thinking on things. Where it's like, oh man, He-Man's a warrior barbarian and he has his harness on the side. I love that. And the bio cards for G.I. Joe totally informed how I played with those guys in the day. So the fact that you're bringing that back, and I just want to make figures and stuff to get kids away from all of the, all of their tablets and devices. Because shoot, I'm out there, every time it snows, taking photos, not playing with my figures out there. So it's, but I never see any kids taking their figures out and doing stuff that I used to do. And I think these designs are so fun, bad guys that look like bad guys.
Oh,
and,
no, it's great. I mean, that's what it needs to be. I think I said it earlier, you have to have villains, heroes. Are you able to pull up any of the painted of the minis?
Yeah, I can pull up. Did we lose?
I don't know, Jeff. I don't know if Jeff's seen any of them. It's just a get to see them, kind of what they would look like, done art wise.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Did we lose Guy? I think we lost Guy.
He's in the private chat. He was asking if we saw him.
Okay. Well,
I love the colors.
Yeah. Jeff, if you Guy, if you there he is. Okay, so we'll just add Guy back to the stage. All right, let me try and pull up a couple of these other ones. We're gonna get back to the original chat pretty soon, but I love the designs, guys. Like this is very exciting to me. You guys have about 6 days left on this, and I'm very, very excited and really want to help support this project as much as we can. Let's just do a really quick look at some of these painted miniatures. Then we're gonna get back to the original. Yeah, so these are really cool.
So the crazy thing is these are only 50 millimeter in size, and we're still getting this type of detail. It's just, I'm super impressed with it. There's our big bad,
These are kind of like chess pieces for a chessboard.
They're minis, or their size of typically like what you'd see for D&D and stuff like that. But it also gives you an idea of what design wise and some color they could eventually look like.
Yeah, they look awesome. Nice. I'm really impressed with the world building you guys are putting together here, and just like what Jeff just said, this is a project that we should all keep an eye on for sure. And I'm glad it's going into production at the very least for the comic books. And of course, some people are going to be receiving some of their statues for backing the higher tiered supporting projects. So very, very excited about all this. When do you guys expect to start shipping these out once the comics and the the statues are going to be ready?
I mean, I would assume everything would be done within 90 days. Well, a lot of it's done already, and it's just the final stuff. So we put on our fulfillment within 90 days. So by the end of the year, I would like to get it out. Everybody get it before the holidays. So
that is awesome. That is very, very cool. But we still have time. We have 6 days left to go. We're just a little bit over $8,000. And you know what, guys? These the Lost Landers could definitely use your help. If you guys are interested, please check out the Lost Landers collection on Kickstarter. They got 6 days left to go, and they could really use your help to get up to $10,000, and hopefully up to $20,000 before the campaign ends. Because what are the stretch goals? If we actually hit 20,000, what can we expect for the stretch goals?
It opens up more characters and more designs. We have more 3D models of different characters in the world. I really want to bring the Night Queen to fruition as a figure, and also she rides what we call a Night Raptor, and I think that creature is really, really interesting. You kind of saw her in the video, and you kind of see her in some of the background. There's an ancient kind of dinosaur bird. It resembles half of a raven with a dinosaur head, but it had 4 wings, and they called it Microraptor because it was pretty small, bird-like. And so we're like, oh, we're going to make that thing large enough for people to ride on it, because it's just going to be cool. It's pretty intimidating looking.
Absolutely. I'm very excited about the project going forward. Guy, Thoughts like how far are you going to take this? This is just exciting. Of course, you're knee deep in all of this. So what are your overall impressions of where we're going from here? Is the guy still?
No,
is the guy with us?
no, I don't think he's with us. I think
Okay.
but it lost
No
him.
problem. No problem. He was already having a hard time as it is.
Yeah.
There
Gotta say the voice.
there he is really
There you
quick.
go.
So,
He's back.
I'm on my
Yeah.
phone, guys. I don't know what happened. My camera, when I was moving the figure in front of it, it just went, what the hell? And went nuts. And then that was it. And so I probably look like a square right now because whenever I go on my phone, it doesn't look right.
They're looking fine over here.
yeah, I just wanted to ask really quickly what are your thoughts about the whole project, and what are your obviously you're knee deep in the designs and everything involved. What's your hope for this project, Guy?
Okay, well, what I've only done in the past, I don't know, 15 years is get people together that I like to work with and create projects that are properties that we can do things with. So like can be world building things. Now, I've done this with Louise Simonson over with John Carpenter at his place, at his company. We created a graphic novel with all these characters and everything called Hyperbreed. I've done this with Larry Hama and another company with a thing named Core and all that stuff. And I've done it a few different times. Now, I've done it with some film folk. But this one, Thomas and I were we're there to, we want, okay, so you're in 1982, and you see the ad in the comic book or in the newspaper for a brand new series. It goes in line with Herculoids and He-Man and Mask and all that stuff. And those properties still have legs, and they've been brought back and everything. To us, this is a property that, the thing about that was, it was like an innocent time where it was just what it was. It was heroes fighting villains. This is a property that Thomas and I want to bring to life as comic books, toys. The ultimate goal is action figures in the store, which I've had. Comic books in the store, which we both had. And it's something for kids who are 11, 10, 9, but still adult collectors still find the designs and characters as, even though they're new and they have a look of today, they still have that reminiscent feeling of when you know, in 1982 or something, when you turned the cartoon on Saturday morning and you went, oh my gosh, I need to know more about this and find out anything I can. And that's the best way I could explain it, not describe it, but explain the experience of what we're trying to do here. And it seems to be working. You know, I've been creating characters for a long time, and these characters, I mean, we've got Louise Simonson and Walter Simonson involved here, Chris Ryall and other people who are great names who are getting involved. It's not for nothing. It's Stal Buscema and other people. It's because they all saw this and said, this is something that could be, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, you could still be buying stuff and coming up with new characters that are involved in the series, having these characters as they are and continue on. You'll never need to change this guy. Just continue to grow with him and see his adventures. Now, any one of these characters could turn out to be a good guy. I hope I'm not giving anything away, but it's just the perfect kind of thing. It's Big Jim, it's G.I. Joe, it's He-Man, it's Mask, it's Centurions, it's all that stuff that you love. But now.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of crazy comments right now. Let me go back and we'll read a couple because people are loving these designs, guys, and
Oh,
this
great.
is something which is really encouraging. Judge Dreads, are these comics or toys?
These are everything. These are comics right now, and they're statues, comics and statues, with the hopes that if everyone backs this thing, we're going to be able to grow it, and we're going to make these fully articulated action figures. Right, Thomas?
Yeah, I mean, my hope is by this time next year, instead of us talking about making action figures, you guys have them in your hands as prototypes and playing with them.
Yeah,
Nice.
David Thanos.
That's the plan. You know,
David Thanos says, really digging these characters. Derek Delzell, I just backed it. Looks awesome.
thank you very
Derek.
much.
Appreciate that. Judge Dreads, I'll buy those figure stands too. They look amazing. Frankie Rivera, that cowboy reminds me of Brave Star. That's true, actually. I like
Cooler than Brave Star, though. I sort of designed him around my brother-in-law from Mexico.
Oh, cool. And does he have a bull logo right in his helmet there?
Yeah, the Longhorns. He's got the Longhorns there. That's
My brother-in-law used to ride horses and all that jazz.
It's beautiful. Nolan says the cowboy and the barbarian are my favorite too.
Sweet.
Snake Eyes, really like these character designs. They look amazing. Judge Dredd really loves this. They look pretty cool. I love collecting monsters. That's my style. Three-headed goons is cool. Wow, a Sasquatch. And David Thomas says, "Oh man, I'm gonna have to make some room for these figures." Thank you, David.
So let me talk about our that's Sasquatch. Let's talk about our Yeti here, right? And so early on, we knew we were going to deal with Pantagonian giants and gigantic Pithecis, the great ape and stuff like that. And so we worked on probably half a dozen different designs, and they just literally weren't coming out original to me and to Guy as well. And I was like, look, I sent us an image of some giants and with 4 arms and stuff like that. I said, look, we're going to give our Yeti, a Sasquatch, Bigfoot, whatever you want to call it, we're going to give him 4 arms. We're going to put on his shoulder pads are basically glyptodon shells, and he uses that to thinking about like fighting styles, like he's using that to defend. He's going to swing this giant cleaver with his lower arms, and just this really kind of cool, unique design. And so I pitched these crazy concepts to Guy, and literally just pumped back a piece of art that literally looks like that we had made instantly. Like it just worked, man. It was so cool. And
it was like I had some of the design. At first he was just a Yeti, and then we started talking about it. And Thomas knows a lot about mythological characters and stuff like that. I don't know what you call that wizard stuff, but anyway, he knows all that stuff. But I came up with the different parts of it, but he didn't have the 4 arms. And what I did was like, there's little difference. There's certain things like how big should the knee thing be? What should the pauldron look like? Or and like how his face should be. These are like horns, even though they're ears. The skull necklace of the dead, as he killed, he would save those. That was part of his tribe and how he would do it. The double-chested. This is actually like a double-chested, double-breasted fur that goes on from here and then on these shoulders and then also on these. So it's like when we put it all together, through different parts, like the Yeti wasn't coming together. And at first, when I designed him, he was like this, but he didn't have the pauldron, and he didn't have 4 arms. By the time Thomas and I got done talking, and Thomas sent me these other characters with multiple arms and this pauldron, he said, run it down the whole arm. See, that's how we work so well together. Some of the designs just come out just like that, and I'll just have them, or some of them I designed before I even show it to him, and then we manipulate it. Some of them I actually, because it was originally going to be a different series, and I was shopping it around, and I only had certain characters. And then by the time Thomas and I started talking, all of a sudden it became something completely new. And this character is one of the most evolved characters between the two of us that really became one of the biggest, most popular ones for everyone. Wouldn't you say that, Thomas?
No, absolutely. People love seeing it at the shows. I have a lot of stuff printed off in showcases in my different stores, and it's unique to find people, to find kids and adults find it organically in the stores and ask, "What is this? Well, what are you doing?" And it's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun.
Judge Dredd says Fusion looks sort of like a Galactus, and that's really awesome.
When I designed Fusion, the thought process of Fusion, that one was one of the ones that I had a couple of different designs first, and then we had to talk and develop it. That one was my love letter to Jack Kirby. I'm a huge Jack Kirby fan, ginormous Jack Kirby fan. And he was a love letter to Jack Kirby as far as design is concerned. Now, Jack had done, oh man, which book was it again? He had done Captain Victory, and there was a shot of Captain Victory with a freaking TV on his head. I don't know if anyone out there remembers Captain Victory with this TV thing on his head. And I was like, that is so wild. And then he also made another one from, oh darn it, why am I forgetting the name of the comic right now? How could I? I'm just forgetting it. Anyway, with a larger helmet. And I was like, I got to make a character like that, but I didn't know where to go with it. Like necessarily where to go with it. And that's when, Thomas came in with all these things and turned him into, he came up with a name from a person in history and things like that. I had known I wanted to do something with engineering, but then Thomas would go and he goes and he finds all this other engineering stuff and then goes, hey, how about this guy? How about this name? How about his, yeah, go ahead, Thomas.
So the character, Guy pitched this idea and the concept of obviously a Kirby, robots and big technology. And so everybody knows the phrase, the real McCoy, and that comes from an engineer called Elijah McCoy, who basically created a lubricant system for steam engines. So if you didn't have it back in that time period, you didn't have his engine and his system of it, you didn't have the real McCoy, and often those trains broke down and didn't work properly. So I got his last name McCoy from that, and then I have JL, which is Jabari Lamont, and so Jabari means righteous and courageous, and then Lamont means lawman or lawful, and so it just kind of fits for that character's personality. When I create a name and I try to create a character, I want meaning. I want all parts of it to matter, not just okay. Well, that sounded cool. I want a little bit more. So a little bit. There's more to find out, but yes.
A lot of great comments from the chat. Nolan says the statue bundle is the one I'm going to do. Thank you, Nolan. That's awesome. If they make figures, I would totally buy some. Thank you, Judge Dreads. Derek Dalzell, Fusion is a very toyetic looking character. I love it. Sabir Del Norte, digging the concept art. Philly Jones, welcome fellas, dope concepts. Frankie Rivera, dino vehicles are really nice. I'm loving that three head sculpt character. From Frankie again. He actually has 4.
Right, he has
That's
4.
incredible. Derek Dalzell, that green dude would make an awesome figure. Nolan says, hey, Guy. Hey, Thomas. How are you guys doing? David Thanos says, Colton looks like a Stallone from Cliffhanger.
Awesome.
Well, about that, Colton, where is he? I don't know where I put him. Oh, he's over here. Colton is actually sort of based off this other guy. And you're looking at him.
Oh, I see it. That's hilarious.
I'm a long-time martial artist since I was 7 years old. I've been around the world, and my name is on a monument at the Shaolin Temple. I've trained everywhere, and this guy is very similarly me.
That's awesome. But you always put a little bit of yourself into your art anyway, though, guys.
Well,
so.
actually, Thomas was the one who was who was kind of pushing that one because we were trying to figure out where to go with him. And so, you know, it was very much me. He's got snow boots on.
It's having fun.
80s Transformers fan. Yeah, 80s Transformers fan. I missed out the 3 times item no longer in stock, and more than 2 for an exclusive is ridiculous. So I'm thinking he's asking for. he's asking for. Actually, is that for
probably Cobra Commander.
Yeah, I think that's Cobra Commander. Sorry, brother. But good to see you. Let's see the other comments that we had here. A couple of good ones too. Yeah, I'm all in for Omnius, 100%. So that's Frankie Rivera, Clint Jorgensen, Jeff. Your gut feeling on the Jeff. Your gut feeling on the Cowboys. Are they winning the Super Bowl since yesterday?
No. My gut's still nauseous at the thought of the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl.
Road Pig John. Are those 6-inch or 7-inch figures? They look really, really cool.
So most of them are between 6 and 7. Ominous Sir and the Yeti are 9 inches. They're the 2 large. Do you have Ominous Sir there in the figure? They are the 2 largest, and when the toys come out, that is going to be the size of them.
They're 7-inch. They're 7 inches and up. The only person who's shorter. Thomas, do you have Epicurus with you?
No, I do not. I don't have anything.
I love the way they look. They look so great.
Here's an Origins.
Oh yeah, okay. I see what you. Yep. That makes a lot of sense. He looks amazing. So he's like 9 inches or 8 inches.
9 inches.
9 inches on that one. Wow, he's huge.
I can't wait till next year to see these figures. Then.
Yeah.
Cryptozoology that's what Helium Dread is saying. Jordan, something about crowdfunding on Kickstarter is so exciting to follow. HasLabs and Mattel crowdfunding is pretty boring to follow. Thanks, Jim.
Yeah, I heard that recently, but I got to tell you guys, there's something that you're going to want. This is one of the biggest reasons why you're going to want to be involved. Anything that Thomas and I have ever tried to make has happened. I have ties with everyone in the comic industry. I've worked in the toy industry for over 30 years. I had I worked with the WWF. I worked with 20th Century Fox. I worked on the Tick. Every single one, Hercules, Xena. I worked on Youngblood. All of it has come out. It's been on shelves everywhere, all over the world. You can buy stuff of mine in Disney World right now, everywhere you go. And the stuff is coming out. With the partner like Thomas, we have no intentions of doing anything less than that. And you're getting in at the beginning. Imagine being able to have the guys who created He-Man and Mattel over there going, hey, jump on our Kickstarter and get the prototypes now. Get our statues now. Soon there'll be action figures. You would have jumped at the chance to get those statues. You would have jumped at the chance to get those comics. And now that's what this will be. I guarantee you all, that's what this will be. So you want to jump in now and help it get to as much as share the link. Thomas, do you have the code, the QR code to put up on the screen? I have it somewhere. But sorry guys, I lasted a little while without coughing. But this is the biggest reason why you want to get involved. And you could tell this is going to last, and that's why we have such big name comic book stars on there. When He-Man first came out, you had big name artists like Mark Texiera on there, and who else was on there? Why am I forgetting? Oh gosh, who was it again? Help me out. Nobody remembers. I'll remember later.
But we go back to Big Jim when you had Jack Kirby and John Buscema doing art for them. I mean,
this is John Buscema. I actually work with Sal, his brother. Anyway, this is John Buscema and Joe Sinnott, my buddy Joe. And now here's the cool thing we're doing too. Do you want this or do you want this?
It's the same size. Yeah, it's just blown up. Yeah.
So we're giving you a full comic, full graphic novel, a large 12. Well, you're going to get 12 origins in there, man. It's going to be badass, and with the biggest names, and this guy on the pencil.
He's not excited at all.
He's not excited at all. No, he's kind of bored. David Thomas,
You get a little bit more
how's the scaling on the heroes one size and the villains with the other? Are they comparable?
Some heroes are the same size as villains, and some villains are larger. Abby is taller. She's 9 inches, and so is Ominous Sir. Because Abby's a taller character.
Mm.
So some characters are taller. They're gonna be to scale.
Thanks.
Excellent. Snake Eye says, I really like the cowboy figures. And Road Pig John says, is the cowboy a Brave Star lookalike?
No, not when you get him. He actually has a vest. Excuse me. He just has a cowboy outfit on, like a rodeo guy, a rodeo cowboy's outfit. Nothing. He has snakeskin boots that I gave him. They're diamondback snakeskin boots, not like the cowboy dude, whatever you called it from the old cartoon. He is a cowboy, so he has to have cowboy guns and holster, of course. But his vest is actually a protective vest. That's a protective vest, just like the cowboys wear when they bull ride. But I took it and turned it into there's a survival vest that's made. It's a hard vest, and you can carry a knife, and it has these designs on it. It's not anything like Brave Star or Star Harder. I can't remember. Damn it.
Brave Star.
Yeah, it's not anything like that.
Yeah, if you actually go to the lostlanders.com, we have there's a characters section, and you can kind of see some of the designs and the different outfits that some of the characters will wear.
Here you go, guys. Here you go, guys. I got a poster here for you guys to see him closer in color.
He looks awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, and I think I can see why people are asking about Brave Star, because Brave Star has been on the top of mind for a lot of people. So characters like this are definitely on people's minds right now. So
you know those boots?
I love them. Snakeskin boots. They look.
Yeah, these are diamondback snakeskin boots with golden tips, and
it.
on the sides it has hooks that come off.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, and see that vest? That's a survivalist vest.
So Snake Eye says, are these prototypes going to be made out of plastic and produced, or is it just going to be 3D printed?
So right now it is the prototypes are all resin printed. We played around with a couple different types of resin for flexibility and for detail. The printer we're using is a 12K resolution. The detail has just been phenomenal on it. So we've been pretty happy with that. And so with this batch, they're going to be 3D printed right now, and they're going to be personalized. I mean, they're going to get, some of them are going to get signed. Definitely one of the tiers. They're going to have signatures by the people involved. Yeah, you can see a different version of Toro in that picture where it's not as detailed, more of like when he's in bullfighting and stuff like that. So characters will evolve for sure.
Let me show you guys. Here is one of the other more popular characters. And this is him in color. This is Dunks in color.
Oh, yeah. He looks amazing. He's my favorite. He is definitely my favorite character. I would definitely love to get a version of him. He looks incredible. I love the designs. I love the look.
The colors pop too.
Absolutely. 100%. Yeah, we're very, very, very excited for the project. So, guys, please check out the Lost Landers Origins Collection on Kickstarter. It's an amazing project. Jeff has actually put up the link on his chat. Please check this out. They have 6 days left to go, guys, and their pledges just went up, 8,144. Thank you guys for pledging today. And of course, we want to get these guys up to 10,000 and possibly up to 20,000 by the time 6 days are over. Guy and Thomas, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having us on.
Absolutely.
It's great to see feedback and opinions on it. And Jeffrey, you haven't seen this is the first time seeing it, correct?
Yeah.
So
very exciting.
So what other thoughts do you have on it? Like, did anything like really jump out at you, the character wise?
Well, I'm reading a lot of independent comics now, so I really like this idea. And the mix of characters seems fun. Like it seems like something that would make for a really cool cartoon where it's just like the different characters playing off of each other. I like that.
That is a hope. A little farther
Yeah.
down the road. Yeah, that is definitely hope.
I've been talking to a buddy of mine who worked on that, what was that series called? He-Man. That's right, He-Man. And he was actually one of the first humans drawn in this, what was that called? Transformers. That's right. He was actually drawn in as one of the first humans that meets one of the Decepticons or something like that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he was a construction worker. Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome stuff. Guys, tell us a little bit about the last comments on the project and what you guys would like to achieve, because I really want to see this hit $10,000, maybe even $20,000 before the 6 days are up.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I mean, the more funding we get, the faster we can grow and continue moving forward and get closer to steps to actual toy prototypes. I mean, that's all going to happen and it's all in plan, but obviously, being able to help fund some more of that is great and will get us there. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna get figures in hand, cartoons on your television. We're gonna get all kinds of comics and news stories and expanded storylines in the world, and just all kinds of merch. I've done all kinds of merch. You name it, my work is on it. I worked on the Avengers merch that's in the stores right now. Avengers Villains. It's in stores right now. It's on Hot Wheels cars. Somebody says to me, well, where do you want it to go? Well, everywhere that my stuff usually does go, anywhere. It's been on hats, cups, mugs, toys, books, coloring books, comic books, you name it. And this is when we sat down to create this stuff, that's the point, is to get it to everywhere and bring as much joy to people as possible. We want escapism. When I was young, I grew up super poor, and all I wanted was to have anything like this, a comic book, a toy, anything. And when I attach myself to a character, and as you can see, we have characters that relate to everyone. And when you get to be able to do that, you can pick the characters you want. You pick your hero, pick your villain, and you just attach yourself with it and just enjoy it. Escape with that. Escape with this. And this is the perfect kind of thing to do that with. Heroes fighting villains.
Amazing. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. And of course, best of luck with the project. Guy, please, take care of yourself. You sound like you're about to keel over. So I don't want to keep you guys any longer. But again, thank you for spending some time with us, guys. Congratulations on the project. I know it's going to be a huge success. But guys, please don't forget, check out the project. Just look at these amazing animatics, and this is going to be a really exciting project. We just talked about animation, and maybe it might be a cartoon, but these guys need all the help they can get. They are 8,144, which did rise actually, so thank you guys for backing the project here tonight. 6 days left to go, 53 backers. Let's get this up to 10,000 of the $10,000 goal, and maybe even $20,000, guys, because this would be huge, and I really do want to see some of these as action figures, and of course I want to see more about the Lost Landers and the Origin Collection. Guys, please give them a like and a follow. Tell them that Jay sent you.
And
Guys,
Jeffrey and Jay, thanks so much for having us. We really appreciate it. And Jay, I've been following you for a long time, and I'm a big collector. If you guys could see my studio, I think Jay, you saw some of it.
Big collector, all right.
I have a ton of stuff everywhere, all in boxes and everywhere. I loved watching you every time I went anywhere. I would have you. I was in Disney World. I had you on while I'm getting ready to go on rides. I'm like, this guy knows his stuff. And now it's nice to meet Jeffrey too. And thanks again so much from Bamco Toys, the Lost Landers crew, Thomas and myself. We thank you very much. And thank you everyone for backing us and being involved.
Thank you, guys. Thomas, thank you again. Great to meet you guys.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And we will see you guys at the next convention. Guys, check these guys out. They have a huge convention schedule. Hopefully, Guy won't catch anything else on the next trip, but everything happens. Guy.
Conrad. See me at the end of end of August into the first 2 days of September. I will be a guest at Dragon Con alongside my buddy Larry Hama on one side and Chris Wall on the other, and then Scott Hanna on the other.
Also, Guy is actually working on another Kickstarter with Larry Hama. We don't have time to cover that tonight, but of course, everybody here knows who Larry Hama is. Legendary G.I. Joe creator and designer and illustrator, just absolutely amazing. And Guy's gonna. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Look at all the beautiful G.I. Joe. Oh my God.
I get these were gifted to me over the weekend at my last con.
It's just amazing. And of course, if you look up Guy Dorian Sr., guys, you might be surprised how many things he's actually worked on. The man is an absolute legend. So, guys, thank you again for being on the show. You guys are amazing. Guys, please remember, check out the Lost Landers collection. Help these guys out. Let's get them up to $10,000 and up to $20,000 would be amazing. Guys, take some rest. Guy, get some sleep. I know you're dying right now, so please take care of yourself. Thomas, we will see you guys around. Thank you again so much for being here.
Sounds great. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Bye. Take it easy, guy. Huh? Yeah, no. sorry. Take it easy, guy. We'll talk to you soon. Yeah, so Jeff, I'm excited about that project. That project is absolutely
super
amazing.
Cool.
They are they're well on their way, and they already are fully backed. So
yeah,
I mean, getting them up to $10,000 would be incredible. Giving them up to $20,000, maybe we'll actually see some action figures, and that's really my excitement. That's obviously that's where we're excited with. But again, Guy Dorian Sr. He has been in so many different productions. He's worked on ROM. He's worked on a lot of Jack Kirby stuff. He worked on so many different projects that people just don't realize. I mean, he's been involved in the industry for decades. So really crazy.
Good time with ROM.
Yes, 100%. But now let's get back to where we left off, because Jeff, it's been a crazy time. I know we don't have too much more time, but still, this is crazy. The last thing I wanted to talk about tonight, as I close off all these wonderful maquettes here, these things are just ridiculous. I just need some more room because I can't see what I'm doing. The biggest thing that came out today, specifically, well, there are actually two things that came up today, but the one that I think everyone is talking about as of right now, definitely has to be the Snake Lair, Jeff. This, man, what happened here? I mean, I did a whole video this afternoon about the panel, and it was weird. Let me ask you this: what have you heard about this thing? I mean, like, we've been talking, like, this whole week has definitely been about G.I. Joe, but in the background, slowly talking about it. People are still, whispering about this thing. What have you heard about the Snake Lair and what's been happening with it, Joe?
Not much at all. But I mean, looking at this beast of a playset, I mean, it seems like something that Cobra Commander would just hang out anyway. Like
exactly.
Well, Cobra Lair.
There's the thing about that, right? So one of the biggest things about the Snake Lair that I think got people all riled up is the concept art is very different from the actual.
Right.
Because the concept art definitely looked like something else. I'll bring it up in a second.
Oh, good. I was glad you have that.
Yeah, because let me just bring it up. Manuel Eduardo Caritas. So the great thing about this, I mean, people were very excited apparently because this is the fans' choice, right?
Mhm.
So according to, and there's the other thing. There is a bit of a controversy going on with there, because a lot of people did actually once the fan vote came up. I'll be honest with you, the choices were interesting, and I'm not gonna beat around the bush on this one. I did not back this. I did not vote for this, and the main reason I didn't vote for this is because well, Well, to be perfectly honest with you, I wasn't as jazzed about it as I have been about other projects that were on the card, right? And I make no bones about that. I was not overly excited about the project itself. But once the project was announced and it was said that this is going to be the fans' choice, I accepted it. I did. But, and this is the key, what I accepted and what I was expecting was this. So I was expecting this, because this is actually what the prototype and what was on the fans' choice card. This is what it looks like, right? And what we got is this.
A little bit different.
Totally. Like, totally different. I mean, this one actually does look like Cobra. You know what I mean? Like when I saw this, I was like, oh my god, that looks like the Cobra symbol. That is what I would expect for the Cobra
I
symbol.
wonder if the lawyers got too more like, no, guys.
I know that might
not
have been
gonna
the case, right? That might have been the case. Now, it's my understanding that this is actually the original design by Axel Jimenez, who designed many of the classics characters from Master Universe Classics. So I think a lot of people had already seen, hints of this, and it was already much, discussed, and a lot of people were expecting it. So I think a lot of people were expecting to see this, a smaller playset, very similar to Castle Grayskull. But instead, they unveiled this gigantic beast at San Diego Comic-Con. And there's a lot to love about this playset. There's a lot to love about it. But there are a lot of people who are basically saying it looks like 5 or 6 people worked on this and they all wanted to get their ideas in at the same time. Like, there's a lot going on here. You know what I mean, Jeff? Like, there is a lot going on with this playset. I mean, I think it was Ken from Retro Toy Escapades. He's basically like, yeah, if you didn't if you could possibly mistaken this as not being snake derived, there's something wrong with your eyes, because there are snakes everywhere. There's snakes on the balconies. It's crazy. There's snakes on the balcony. There's snakes on the rafters. There's snakes coming out of the tower. There's snakes like on the front entrance. Snakes everywhere. And yeah,
I
basically,
think the gold snake is the one that's really throwing it off for me. That one seems the most out of place. Like the rest I can kind of dig, but that gold mechanical one seems like, what are you doing here?
100%. And I'm on board with you. I'm definitely 100% on board with you there. The other thing about that is, but the one thing about that though is it's actually a vehicle. So it being a vehicle, I sort of give it a pass because yeah, I'm very excited for that type of thing. The fact that it can be detached, because if you look at this image, let me just bring it up. If you look at this image here, where are you? Okay. Yeah, if you look at this image here, you'll notice that the vehicle's gone.
Right? Yes.
Yeah. And of course, this is the interior. And the interior actually looks much better. I think we can all agree the interior looks amazing. And the reason being is because that's where all the action features are, right? You have the control tower, right? The computer. You have, the monitoring stations. You have the weapons rack. You have the Iron Maiden. You have this amazing, and this is what really gets me. This is an amazing throne room. I mean, look at the blood coming down from
That's cool.
from the snake mouths. You got the heraldry of Lady Slither in the background. You got all the freaking snakes. This could double as a Conan the Barbarian Tower of Set playset. 100%. I could totally see this, right? You got that damn freaking ladder. I was saying this the other day. The world of Eternia is so weird. They have all this freaking technology, but they always have a goddamn freaking ladder for every single place that they've ever created. They must have that ladder. It's
but like, where does that ladder come to? Like, you have to jump up to get to the ladder.
Yeah, exactly. It's absolutely ridiculous. You have the drawbridge and the gate. Love it. Look at all that. Again, snakes everywhere. Snakes.
More snakes, please.
They're everywhere. We even have a hatchery. Holy crap. Man, all the ideas, and I love them. I really do. but there were like way too many ideas. And then we have the snake jail with the torture device. Oh my god, that really got me. I'm like, oh, torture devices. That is
Don't
the
talk, will you?
S and M to the max, Jeff.
Yeah.
S and M to the max. Somebody wants to play tonight, man. Somebody wants to play tonight. And then we have what I affectionately call the Gorn statue. It looks like the Gorn from Star Trek. You know what I mean? When Captain Kirk fought the Gorn, I swear to God, that is what that is. This is a freaking Gorn, a gigantic freaking Gorn. Like, seriously, you can't unsee it now, Jeff. Now that you've seen it, you cannot unsee it. It's there. It's burned into your mind from now on. That's what it is.
This is definitely a fun. This is a more fun playset from behind. Behind.
Yes, 100%. I love the interior is incredible. I will back this for the interior alone. I think the interior is the winner. The exterior, it's okay. Okay, like there's it's you look at it long enough and it starts to grow on you. Really, it does. But there's a lot going on here. And as I said earlier, I think a lot of people are upset because they were sold on this. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's actually where people's expectations sort of like were let down.
They were looking at their shelf space and going, "This is what I need."
Exactly. I mean, like when they showed how big this was compared to Eternia, people. Let me bring up that clip. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna bring up that clip, and I'm gonna let you guys listen to the moment where they bring in the actual where they bring in the actual playset, and it was the reaction was I think not what the Mattel team expected. I think that really gave them an indication.
Are you guys ready to see it?
Yeah, no, it's crazy because you're not wrong. Because honestly, I think they were expecting a very different reaction, and it didn't quite hit the mark for what they were expecting. And I think that's actually why in a lot of ways it kind of set up the whole situation. So let me bring this up, guys. Are you kidding me? Don't tell me that. Oh my god, that's so stupid. This thing just told me that it's H.265 is not supported. You son of a. All right, give me a second here. I'm gonna have to do something creative here. No, I know what to do. So give me a second. I know what to do. So where is it here? Snake Lair output. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the exact moment that it happened. This is an interesting one. Let me show you what happened here, guys. This is crazy. So check this out. So we're just going to fast forward this a little bit. And so check this out right here. Watch this. Mechanical snake though, man. Holy. Oh my God. I'm overwhelmed. But I think, and I'll just show it to you now, people realized that this thing was going to be massive as well. And just listen to the reaction of the crowd once they saw how big this thing was compared to Eternia.
We have a couple pre-orders to announce that are going to be going live. We'll get more rattle trap. Oh, the import data. All right.
Ooh, wow. Holy crap. Oh my God. That's crazy. That is huge.
Those are a lot of pins dropping.
This thing. Yeah, but did you hear my last comment? Where the hell am I going to put? I mean, look at the size. Like, that's Eternia. That's Eternia, and look at the Snake Lair. Arguably it's bigger, or wider. Arguably it's wider. You know what I mean?
I definitely think it's wider.
It is arguably wider than Eternia. Like, that is insane.
They don't have Grayskull to the right of Eternia.
No, that's Grayskull Tower. That's Grayskull Tower.
That's just the tower.
Yeah, that's the.
So when they get to a Grayskull, they're gonna need a bigger table.
There's no, like, putting all these sets together is impossible. It's literally impossible. It's falling off the table. If you look carefully, it's actually falling off
parts.
the table.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, both sections are actually not on the table right now. It's ridiculous. And I think that's really when, and as you said, you said it yourself. It was a pin drop moment. You could you could hear a pin drop in that room. And I think that's really where the team at Mattel was like, okay, that's not what we were expecting. This is not what we were. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's go back a little bit on that video and listen to the reaction when it was actually unveiled. Check this out. San Diego Comic-Con.
First, the
Give
is the snake.
oh my gosh, that's crazy.
After the panel, moving the shroud off of the place that you can see in person. But here it is in its glory. We are super excited about this thing. So this is an original playset. This is all new.
So you might have heard a few oohs, a few ahs, but I think you also maybe heard some oh. I think you might like. Usually, when something this big, okay, when the Rattler was unveiled, it was thunderous. Like people would not stop yelling. It was absolutely insane. Unfortunately, when
they
this one
showed
unveiled-
ROM at the
Yeah.
Hasbro panel, it was like,
exactly, and I think that's really it was one of those oh shit moments. You know what I mean? Like, cause like, but as I said in the video, I think people were just taken aback for a minute, right? They didn't exactly know what to think when they saw this, so they were reserving judgment until they actually saw it in person. But later on, we saw just how big it was, and that's actually where I think a lot of things got into perspective. A lot of people were like literally, it was that well, they
That
were literally
audible
taking in a
gasp.
breath. Yeah, they were taking in a breath and you could hear in the background myself and Toy Sorceress and Michael, and we were just whispering we were literally whispering to ourselves. We're like, where the hell are we gonna put this thing? Like, and we're like, oh my god! And I think you can even hear Michael say, "Oh dear God!" Like you could actually hear him say, "Whole like it was a crazy unveil. It really was." And to their credit, this thing is incredibly detailed. It's incredibly detailed. It's incredibly designed, and I really do say that. For what they did, I am supremely impressed. I mean, the interior is gorgeous, right? The interior is absolutely gorgeous. I think that what really happened, there are way too many ideas here. I think that's really where it comes down to. There are way too many ideas. There were way too many, and they try to jam everything into here to give added value to this campaign. Because obviously, when you're gonna try and get this in a crowdfund, knowing what I know now, okay, a single action figure, Jeff, we needed $100,000 just for an action figure. Imagine a playset. You know what I mean? It's a hell of a lot more money. So I think that they felt that they needed to add value to the proposition. I think that they really felt we really need to bring something more to the table in order to get this thing and people excited. But I think there is also something to be said that people were expecting this, right? Not this. You know what I mean? So there's a lot to be said about that because that seems to be the prevalent attitude right now. Everyone's saying this is not what I backed. You know what I mean? I'm getting a lot of those comments that's not what I expected, right? So
How much do you think you would have paid for that?
For this,
yeah, that.
For this, if all things are being equal, I as a crowdfund, I think to be fair, I would be in on it at around $200. To be fair, but the reality is this should go to retail. In my actual opinion, because it's not big enough. This is going to be about the size of Castle Grayskull. It shouldn't be any bigger than Snake Mountain, in my humble opinion. You know what I mean? There's a point at which you got to understand, that these playsets, as big as they are, right? They have to fit together in a world, right? I mean, this thing should not be bigger than a mountain. Right, this thing should not be. This thing should be about the size of a castle. You know what I mean? And I think that in trying to give value to the consumer, which I appreciate, I 100% appreciate what they tried to do. I totally get what they tried to do, but I think in shooting for the moon, the actual target, the consumer was actually missed. I think that what they promised, and again, what they promised versus what was delivered is also um, a major sticking point. You know what I mean? Because at Eternia's Choice, they showed something which is very similar to this, right? And I think that's what people were expecting. So yeah, it's an interesting situation here. But as we know, Jeff, and I guess you didn't know this, but let's bring this up. After and this was what was really surprising about this whole situation. So after the unveiling and after everything was put out, and the reactions happened and what have you, a week later, about no, not even a week, it was like 4 or 5 days later, um, Mattel, puts out a survey. They never do that. They never put out a survey. And this survey actually came up and said, "We want to hear from you about the upcoming Snake Lair crowdfund." This was unheard of. This was something which kind of it shocked all of us, a lot of us, and it was interesting too because this was only published on a Instagram story. It was not published on Facebook. It was not published on Twitter. So there was a small size sampling group, right? It was only a small size sampling group, and but the questions are more interesting than anything else. And I see a question in the chat. Let me just get that. Where was it? Where is it here? Maurice Phillips. Do the sides of the playset close in, or is it naturally that wide open? So to answer that question, here it is, which is something I think they should have brought up in the announcement. So opened up wide, we see just how big it is, and of course they compared it to Eternia. But if you scroll down further, this is how big it is when it's closed. The whole playset actually curls around
like a snake.
Very snake-like, right? And becomes a very, very compact set, almost like a tower in and of itself, right? So to answer your question, Maurice, it is very, very compact when it actually folds over in on itself. It's actually more compact than Grayskull or Snake Mountain. It's very, very tight. So in terms of actually putting together as closed, singular closed items, you actually could theoretically put this in anywhere. It's actually very, very nice and displayable. But what was really telling, Jeff, on this survey were the questions. Check this out. Overall, how excited are you about the Snake Lair crowdfund? I cannot wait. I'm not sure. I want to hear more, or I am not a fan.
Man, these are serious survey questions to ask your consumer base. I like it.
Yes. The second one, and this is the one I think that got everybody. If we set the price, if the set price were at $300 US, including shipping and handling, would you back this project based on what you know today? Yes, no, or not sure. Right? That is a big tell. You know what I mean?
I feel like the not sure doesn't help them, because it's like put yes or no, and if you say not sure, then you need a why, because that just saying not sure is like that could be people who aren't going to back it anyway. I wonder how much that shipping and handling would be though.
Yeah, no. For me, if it had shipping and handling, 100%, I'd be all in it, right? But I think they were looking for small. Like again, the sample size is kind of small, so I think they really wanted to find out what people were thinking around that same time. But you're right, there should be a follow up question with that, 100%. But there isn't, because if you click on not sure, nothing happens, right? other than the radio button. Which features or the set are you most excited about? Now, this is interesting. They left it open to your interpretation, which is hard for someone gathering data, because now you got to gather all these answers, which are varying in degree, right?
Course.
And try to collate that. So that didn't do them any favors. And then similarly, which features are you least excited about? Wow, this one I think is actually a little bit more targeted, because it only asks about the set features that are in there. So yeah, but no matter what, because you didn't list the features, it really is kind of hard for you to get all those actually into the survey. But lo and behold, today or yesterday now, they did actually have an announcement because it was announced, surprisingly, to a lot of us actually, that where is it here? Let me just put it up here. Masters. In a surprise announcement, um, Damon Nee, and Dylan Price ended up announcing that for as far as I can tell, one of the first times ever, the project is postponed. This was supposed to launch on August 12th, in a few
Wow,
days.
next week. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
And they postponed it. And they said specifically that we want to make this right. We want the fans to love this project. And oh my God, Jeff, I have never seen anything like this in all in at least not to this degree, where they actually halt a project and say, no, we know you're not satisfied. We want to make this right. You guys are the ones we're listening to. Holy shit. Okay,
That
Jeffrey, I'm gonna go ahead and say holy shit.
that feels like a huge win.
That's
And I mean, we're seeing all this stuff. The adult collectors are the one driving toy sales, so it makes sense to actually listen to the demographic who is paying for this stuff, who's backing these big 300 plus projects, and not going, "Here's what you're gonna get, whether you like it or not." And they can tailor it, change up some stuff. I mean, I don't know if it's realistic to expect a complete overhaul, but if they're gonna go, all right, you guys said it was too expensive, we're gonna take a few things down and make it 250, 200. If we lose a portion aside of this thing, will you guys be happy? I think that's great, and make it more of a collaborative process with the consumers who, directly. You've got the evidence, you've got the numbers, because it's not little Johnny going, all right, Ma, I sold all these newspapers. I delivered all these newspapers. I've got my 300. Go ahead and put that credit card order down for my new Snake Lair. I mean, it's people who are working, doing the grind, and then, all right, cool. I'm going to splurge. I'm going to get this thing. And that's, I think this is a great first step. And this would be something that other companies, hello, Hasbro, should also take into consideration. You don't have to have we're not doing any more Black Series Star Wars HasLabs. Just ask us what we want, deliver that, and you're all good.
Yes. But here's the thing about that too. And somebody said it earlier. I'm actually going to bring it up if I can find it. But here's the reality. I tip my hat to Mattel. It's taken a lot, and I mean a lot, to do what they did today. I cannot believe the amount of decision making that this must have come to, right? And I really do applaud everybody who worked on this project, because what I see here is a labor of love. You could tell they wanted to squeeze every ounce of Eternia lore into what is in this package. I mean, looking at the looking at the design itself, just looking back at it, you can see right here that every piece of Eternia is represented in here. Okay,
Mhm.
like all the tell signs of an Eternia playset are here. The computer console, the elevator, right? Signature to 3 playsets in Eternia, right? The shelf, the weapons rack, right? The drawbridge, the throne room, the trap door, which is actually embedded into the prisoner area so they can escape,
Mhm.
right? The tower, right? The laser turret at the top.
Mhm.
These were all, again, fans. The fans put this together, and you can tell. And again, the interior for me, mwah, chef's kiss. I really love everything to do about the interior. The exterior, wow. I mean, they really tried to give extra value everywhere. But somewhere along the lines, I think they were shooting for something like this and ended up with something like this. And I think that was where the disconnect happened. And a lot of the fans basically, they're and this is very disingenuous. This is kind of not fair. A lot of people are saying that this is Imaginext, and I was like, you got to be kidding me! Come on, that's a terrible thing to say, right? But you know what? I can't really say without 100% certainty that it's not wrong. For example, and I'm only bringing this up as a matter of fact, but somebody sent this to me, and I did have to laugh. I mean, I actually did chuckle a little bit. Let me show you something that somebody sent to me, and like I said, this did make me chuckle to myself. I had a little bit of a what the hell moment, because this was let me see if I can find it really quickly. I thought this was hilarious, and this is actually why people are saying that it reminds them of Imaginext, because yeah, here. So we see this one here, Jeff. So that's the play set, and somebody sent me this, and I had to chuckle to myself. I couldn't help myself. I had to chuckle to myself, and I was like, oh my god, that is just so wrong.
The dragon.
I know, but I can see where they're coming from. It is a terrible thing to say it that way. It really is. But I did bring this up as just a matter of fact that what's in people's heads is sometimes it's ridiculous. I mean, like, it's not. It's very much a wonderful piece of art. It looks great, but it did miss the mark. I think that's really what we have to accept. It was, this is what people are expecting, and this is what was produced. Again,
I think if they drop that vehicle, make that a separate thing, I think
it is actually. Like, once you take it off.
Right? Well, no, I meant like just don't even include it. Just make it a separate release on its own to retail or whatever. Make it a Target exclusive or something.
There's the thing, right? Why did they do it? Because I think they wanted to add value, right? Because again, they really wanted to hit the price point where they needed to hit, right? The $300 price point, they needed to hit that, and I think that they were saying, okay, where can we add some value in here? Where can we get something extra to make people happy and to give them a reason to really back this, right?
And I think that extra that they try to throw in is taken away from the Snake Lair. I think if they sold it separately, Black Boy Toy Joy said it really well. Let's see.
Where is
Can I post this? It's the last comment. It's 1228.
It's the last one? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
The mechanical snake vehicle is very nice, but it detracts from the entrance. Exactly. Yes, it's kind of like, which direction are you supposed to go in? It would make for a nice add-on if you want to buy it. And I think if they did it that way, that would be great. And then you could take off $50, $60 from the price of this thing. So you go, all right, it's $240, $250. I think people would be more excited about it and like, okay, cool. It's a snake. Because a lot of people also in the chat are going, it looks cool. I think it actually looks better than the let me see here, than the original art. Clint said this way back. Let's see. Where did he say that? Oh, 1217. Clint.
1217?
Yeah.
Let me see. 1220, 1217. Clint Jorgensen.
If you took someone off the street, they would like the playset presented at Comic-Con versus the artwork. And I think, for me coming in cold watching this and seeing the different looks, I think this one's pretty cool too. I really think that if you take that Snake Trap, is that what it's called?
It's a vehicle. We'll just call it the vehicle.
Okay. Yeah, you take that out. I think it offers so much. And this one where you could put it on kind of like a side display where you can show off more of the back, because that is the cooler aspect to it. But yeah, I really think it looks cool. I think 300 is really pushing it, but you take it down to 250, 225. I think it's a cool play set.
You know what? I think you're right. Honestly, I actually, you know what? I think you really have hit I think you really have hit the nail on the head. I'm hard pressed to figure out if there's a shot of this without the vehicle on top, because I could have sworn there was. From the back, we know for a fact that it does come off, right? So I mean, I think you're right. I think that in a world, if they had taken away the vehicle and dropped it $50, I think you're absolutely right, Jeff. I think that even $25 would go a long way at 275.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Maybe
Yeah.
that's actually what maybe that's the solution. Maybe omit the vehicle, which is great. Make it into a
Mhm.
stretch goal,
Right.
right?
Yeah, stress
Make
goal.
it into a freaking stretch goal. Maybe
Yeah.
you're right. Maybe because honestly, if you just literally take this little guy away, right? It
Mhm.
starts to look more cohesive, right?
Right.
It starts to look more like a play set which people. As a matter of fact, hold on. As a matter of fact, if we look at there it is. Look at that. It's gone, right? This there it
Mhm.
is actually. That is the
Yeah.
tower without the snake vehicle,
Yeah.
right?
I
There
mean,
it is.
it's because I think you've got that your Star Trek head right there.
Yeah.
And
The
when
Gorn,
you
yeah.
have it open fully, it's kind of got this descending thing where you got this tower here, and then you got the main head here, and you got the little snake one there. But I think what's wrong with this, just from an aesthetic look, you've got a gold snake, which is, I mean, the rest of them are green. So it's kind of like, what are you doing with this gold snake, which is causing, calling more attention to it. And then it's just kind of, it's not facing us. It's not really coming out to the side. Like that head there is nowhere near the main one. And it's like looking in the distance. And the gold one from the vehicle is just kind of sprawled all over. It's just like, even if it was coming, over that right tower or the left tower, I think it would look better. But it's just the way they have it kind of thrown on there makes it feel like, all right, guys, let's throw in something else to add some value. But in this case, it really detracts from the value, and then kind of messes up the whole presentation for it.
Yeah, you know what? And I don't think we're alone because if you look at um, this image from TFW 2005, um, one of the things they made mention is they're really highlighting uh, what the heck is going on here. I'm not opening up the right one. What's going on? Hold on. Sorry, just looking at this now. Yeah, right here. Oh, it is the same. Okay, so let me bring this one up really quick. Um, this was on a thread on TFW 2005, and somebody's actually gone to the trouble of showcasing what they feel is the major problem. So here's the actual prototype. I'm sorry, this was what was on
That's what they showed. Okay,
Eternia's
right.
Choice. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
This was what was offered, right? Apparently, right? This is what was
Mhm.
offered, and obviously, this is what we got, right? But if you look carefully, scrolling down, look what they've highlighted. Right? They've highlighted the two problematic sections that they feel need work, and I think you're right, Jeff. If they just removed the snake vehicle, I don't know what it's called. Somebody can remind me in the comment section. But if they just remove the snake vehicle, all of a sudden this playset becomes a little bit more viable. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? It becomes somewhat more cohesive. I don't mind the snake on the other side. That he can stay, right? But the Gorn over there, he can stay. But yeah,
Neil Hunter Hyde also at 1232 is also bringing up another issue with it. The visual on it.
1232.
Yeah.
1232. Let's see here. 1232. Where is it? 1230. 32. Okay. A lot of 1230. 31. 32. That's Neil. But here, Clint.
No,
It was
Neil's the
Neil.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, here it is. Uh,
No, go back. It was the
oh,
one
it
you
was
have.
that one. I get a giggle. It looks like the vehicle's tail is picking. Yeah, it is
Uh,
actually impacting on the
yeah.
on the action. Yeah, it's actually an obstruction, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's getting in the way. And I think you're right. I think Neil makes a very good point. But I really think that you're making a good point too. If you just eliminate it and make it into a stretch goal, you know what I mean? Maybe
Mm-hmm.
that's the key. Maybe that's all they need to do. Maybe they just need to make it into a stretch goal, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot here, and it really does come down. It really does come down to KISS. You know, keep it simple. Less is more.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you know what you're definitely onto something, Jeff. I think you and the chat are definitely onto something, 100%. Right? It's crazy. Aaron Paulson, It would also depend on what they plan for tiers for that price. It's still hard to see the value at 300 USD. I see some value. I see some like, especially with the vehicle itself. I do see the value at 300. But I think Jeff is right. If you knock this down to 250, right, and then make that a final stretch goal, meaning, right, that you don't necessarily have to reach that stretch goal. Very much. No, I'm serious. Very, very similar to the way they sort of flubbed it with making King Grayskull the final, super prize. Everybody gets a Grayskull. You get a Grayskull. You get a Grayskull, right? I think that really kind of like actually derailed their whole intention, unfortunately. But I think with this, put it at the end. That way, if you don't reach it, this is a beautiful strategy. Put it at the end. That way, if you don't reach it, you don't have to pay for the tooling of it. You know what I mean? You can just go ahead and pay for the $250 price tag for the tooling there. I think you know what? Everybody here, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jeff. I think you guys have cracked the code. I think that might be something which a lot of people, I am going to try and find out if they have a picture of this without the snake on it, because I think it actually would look pretty damn cool. Because I have seen it in person, and I really did like it. But there was something bugging me about it, like you said, Jeff. There was something bugging me about it, and it really came down to the idea that there's just too many things and too many ideas, and they really crammed everything in there, which is great for added value. But at the same time, it doesn't always translate into, visually anyway, something that people want. And again, there's also promised versus what we got. That a lot of people saying bait and switch. I don't think that's what they were trying to do. I think that they were trying really to give added value. That's my.
Yeah, I think it was just more of here's a basic first rough draft of our Snake Lair, and here's what we got.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you. WS Dawn of Pops should have used the Snake Temple of Conan. It really does to me look like a wonderful Conan lair. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, this guy would look perfect in that freaking tower. I think he would look amazing. Slicing off the heads of snake people. This guy would be freaking amazing. Huge thanks to Super 7 for making this happen. This was amazing. But yeah, I mean, a lot of things to take away. A lot of things to take away from this. But yeah, thank you. I think you guys nailed it. I think you guys actually really did nail everything. And I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. Pabesco, for me, it has nothing to do with the look. This doesn't tug on any nostalgia strings. I would rather have something like cartoon Snake Mountain. That's interesting too, Jeff. You and I, we started off this whole stream by saying that this is the golden age, the silver age, the renaissance of toys. So does that I think that really does factor into this. There's no nostalgia attached to this, right? There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of factors going on here, man. There really is. I mean, technically, all the new Snake Men, they were actually proposed years ago by Axel Jimenez, right? As so people did know about them. We have seen them before, way back when. And of course, once again, way back when, this version was teased by Axel Jimenez with these sketches. And that's actually why I think people were expecting this. I think that there's definitely something to be said about how this was handled. So again, I'm going to go ahead and say that I think that the design team for Mattel did an incredible job. But I think that there was, trying to balance value and, what was promised versus what was delivered is actually where we're sort of like having that mixed messages here. So
another thing, the gun, as opposed to being on the top part of the tower, being lower, like where the snake head is, I think is a really nice design. And it kind of, so like where that little antenna piece is, that snake being on top is fine. But I think it's really just another gun in the main section. But I think it really looks good right in the middle there. And maybe instead of that snake, the golden snake, we just put a little blaster set there. I think that would do a lot to it too.
Yeah. And the thing is that you called it an antenna, but it's actually stirrups. It's actually a the prisoner's
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And as you can see, right, once again, just not to beat a dead horse, But if you look at the main side of the building on the right, this original set here, which was proposed as the Eternia's Choice, is definitely the original sort of design that Axel Jimenez had conceived of once upon a time. And there were a lot of people originally who were talking about the fact that they wanted this as a Cobra hangout, to double as a Cobra hangout. I think there is definitely something there as well, where people were expectation versus reality.
I
think
get us
that-
every time.
I think that reality also hit people in the face quite a bit.
Or in the nose.
Jeffrey, what an amazing evening. A lot of great things that we saw tonight. Another Jeffrey says, Axel's art is amazing. I think as fans look to that artwork as part of the fantasy. And I think that's actually a big reason why people are a little bit taken aback.
Yeah.
WS Dawn of Pops. Yeah, the torture device to hold a prisoner. Absolutely. Adrian Sanchez, what's going on, my friend? And Black Boy Toy Joy. It needs the snake bitten mighty spectator figure. Oh my goodness. And I think that 705 will get the highest praise tonight. It doesn't look Motu enough. I think that's arguable, but I think the front, maybe there's something lacking there. I guess we'll see. Jeff, thank you again for being here tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure, my friend. Oh my
Absolutely.
God, what an evening. Jeff, what are you working on, my friend, and how can people reach you?
You can always catch me over on Lyle's Figure Files every Thursday, 8:05 p.m. Eastern Time. I do a live. On Wednesdays, I do a movie, TV, comic book, pop culture one with some of my guys. Do that at Wednesday at 8:05. And I'm always working on different feature videos in between those lives. If something pops off, like the Once a Man Cobra Commander fiasco, I'll do a quick video. But I'm always doing at least 2 or 3 videos a week. So you can always tune in. Appreciate anybody checking it out. And thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Thank you, Jeff. It's been an absolute pleasure. Adam Fisher, I bet Jeff's real house looks like a snake mountain.
My dad hates snakes, so no.
Release the Snake Lair, says Ryan Wimmer. And Stone Cold, what's going on, brother? How you doing tonight? Clint Jorgensen, going to take over 6 months to hear from Mattel. No, that's not true. They're going to be pretty quick about this one, I hope. Neil Hunter Hyde, 40. What the heck? 40s and orgies. Your username made me double take. Yes, 40s and orgies. I did that the other night too. It really was quite the double take moment. I even said it on camera. That was hilarious. Nolan, terrific show, guys. It was a blast as always. Take care. Good journey and Geek Proud. Jeff, close it up for us, bro. Close it up for us, brother.
All right. Well, for another episode of Mega J Retro and Lyle's Figure Files, this night has been filed. Take it easy, guys.
Thank you, boys. Guys, I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Good journey. Geek Proud.